Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I got our friends Caleb, and I got our friends Nux, and I got Raymundo here. How's it going, my man?
Hell yeah.
Sorry, guys. We were supposed to clap when I started, but I literally have the words cocaine Googled on, like, the side, because I was following this White House thing today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just crazy.
They found coke, but no suspects, dude.
Yeah, no suspects.
Mm-hmm.
No likely suspects.
It just,
dude, it's funny how, like, we pay the DEA how much a year, and they still can't get the fucking basics done, dude. Oh, well. Well, this is dude, there's been a lot of shit that has gone on, so I wanna start off with what's going on with you, Caleb. You've already shut down a scammer, dude. You've already launched Sour Boys, my man.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just chilling now. All the hard work's done. I'm just jacking off and, you know.
Is that what you do as the CEO of Sour Boys? Like, after a rousing day's work, you just fucking crank one out?
Oh, yeah, dude. Crank one out before I go to work. Crank one out when I get home.
Yeah, he just does into the batch. So that
one lucky
customer
I don't do that.
is going to get some essence dope.
That is not true. That is bad. Wrong.
Yeah, that is pretty illicit. But how's it been, man?
Illicit.
This has been a long time coming, dude.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't here for how many episodes?
Like 5 episodes. Me and Nux had to, a little bit more than that, but me and you had to entertain.
I think it was
way
like
more
10.
than 5, yeah. Well, it was 2 months where we had to, it was a whole summer break season where me and Nux had to, we had a whole arc. I had schizophrenia, he was like my fucking, like,
the comment section wrote this whole weird, wild fan fiction.
That's cool. Huh. Mm-hmm. I bet views were way down, too.
It's true, man. I'm still not recovered.
What's up, Raymond? How you've been so far, man?
I've been good. I've been good. I've been, VidCon just happened, which was incredible. I mean, that's why I'm here, really. I met.
Was there any wild VidCon party?
It wasn't really wild, but for me it was. Like, I really enjoyed it. I met a lot of my favorite creators. I met Art. I met Justin Wang. I met Levi Websurf. Dentavius, many people that I've been watching for a long time.
We've had all those guys on the podcast.
Oh, no way! Yeah, well, there you go.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
It was really cool. It was at Turkey Tom's Airbnb.
Did you meet Justin Wang? Was he out there?
He was, and what's really cool about Justin Wang is that he's friends with one of my coworkers, or they went to college together. So, yeah, and he's part of the local metal scene here in New York, and I'm part of the punk scene, so we're kind of
everyone's got
really
like a
close.
Justin Wang story. You have such a great story. You know, you almost got me stabbed when I first saw him.
Wait! Justin Wang almost got you stabbed, is what you're? What?
Yes. So it was like 2 a.m. I was at my Airbnb, and Justin Wang and like Nexpo and a few of the friends like call up. They're like, "Yo, you gotta come out to this bar." And I'm like, at 2 a.m, you want me to come out to a bar? So they FaceTime me. And I'll be honest, it's like they're the only people around this fucking barrel drinking, while the other bar, like, there's nobody else available there. I'm like, dude, y'all are getting organs harvested.
Yeah.
But it was one of those nights where I was just like, man, if I don't go over there, these guys gonna die.
That's incredible.
But I didn't go. I actually left them hanging.
Gotcha.
No, all right, listen, at the end of the day, when I see an organ harvesting operation when I see it, okay?
There you go, yeah. You've got a trained eye for it. Mm-hmm. That's yeah. So it was real cool. I had a really strange encounter with a, you guys know the song Stan by Eminem?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I experienced Stan, basically. It was bizarre. I got some messages, quite a lot of them, when I was at VidCon, because I told people, I'm going to be at VidCon if you want to meet me, whatever the hell, like deleting in 24 hours type thing. And then I receive this wall of text, really angry, because apparently I lied about being at VidCon, because the guy hadn't seen me yet.
Holy fuck, bro.
Oh my God.
Somebody fucking tell.
Bro wrote an entire novel. An entire novel. It was bizarre, and a little bit creepy. I ended up meeting him.
Why
a little bit creepy.
I thought it would be funny. I don't know. And there's pictures of him. I'll take it away from there.
Is he gonna make your next video? This stalker traumatized a generation.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. He just traumatized me. Honestly, I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna do any content about it. At the time, I was thinking, do I just do a quick video? Like,
joking.
don't stalk me.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy, because
Don't make anything that says "don't stalk me" because people are just gonna stalk you. Even
True.
more.
Yeah, tell them not to do
That's all
it. Don't do
that
it.
That's basically the meta online. The
Yeah,
stalking meta.
yeah.
What you resist will generally persist.
Yeah.
Like
Hey.
if you make anything public, it will happen. Don't dox me, and then you'll get doxxed.
Don't do it, guys.
I'd be
don't
so
dox me.
easy to
Caleb
dox.
will
I'm
not
just saying
be
that now.
dying in August.
Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by us, the Some Ordinary Podcast, because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking closely, we've got our own merch lineup coming at you. One shirt so far, but if you ever wanted a cutesy little nice cheapy design, we've got me, we've got Caleb, and we've got Nuts sitting on the backs. Ladies and gentlemen, the shirt is available to pre-order and will be available for just a limited time. Of course, it's $32.99. There's a wide variety of adult sizes available because we know that we've got everyone in the audience watching. And of course, if you want to get this shirt right now, go to someordinarymerch.com. Link is in the description and pinned comment as well. That being said, let's get back to the video. This is
I will not.
I swear to God, if this is some tax thing that you're faking your death or something, Jesus Christ. No, but thank God for like my community. Like my community will always tell me, like, I swear to God, I think there's like Mike Ehrmantraut's working in my comment section. Like every time, like the cameras misalign, and there used to be like in my old house like power cables I showed, and I swear to God, everyone watching my video must have been like a fucking FBI like consultant, where they were like, "Hey, buddy, your power cables can be used to geolocate your position."
Oh my
I'm like, what
God.
Dude,
like there was. I was
That's
looking in the
awesome.
comment section. I'm like,
That is
well, that's what I'm
awesome.
wondering.
It's like
And
those
then I
4chaners
remember-
who found that "He Will Not Divide Us" thing.
yeah.
That's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on a minute. How can they find me at first? And then I remember, like in my head, Shia LaBeouf's burned in.
Yeah,
He's not
right.
just
No,
a meme.
exactly. They did
He's
that for
like-
for
like-
Kane Pixels too, of Backrooms fame. He had like one shot. It was CGI, but it was like his neighborhood, and people ended up finding his house and were like, "Hey, you should take this down." Like one of his
my
fans did
God.
it. Like, "Oh, just
Dude,
so you know,
I
I
love
found
the-
your house."
The
Like,
benevolent fans
yeah.
that it's like, hey, listen, I just hacked your bank account. It could be done. I'm not going to take
Yeah.
anything, but you should
yeah,
know.
no,
I
they
just
do it
hacked.
almost to like protect you. They're like, "Hey, just so you know."
Just so you know, I got
It
you,
can
bro.
happen.
Listen,
I got you.
I did
crazy.
this criminal act to prove to
Yeah,
you
yeah,
that
yeah.
Exactly. I just
Genuinely,
transferred
that's
all of
what
your
it is.
funds from your bank
It's
account
so
to my
weird.
bank account. Now I'll give them back to you. I just wanted to let you know that it happened.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, thanks, man. That's very
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now I know, at least.
Yeah.
That's why when it comes to fans, like you got to be so thankful when you have like the good fans
Oh, man.
versus
So
like
true.
the ones that just fucking hate watch and like are there to just shit on you. Like there are so many fucking creators in the sphere.
Yeah.
You know, I could name like a bunch of them, but you know this would just spark unnecessary like beef.
Sure.
But man, they have way too much fucking like hate watchers and everything. I'm like, dude, I don't even know how you get onto the internet
Honestly,
and like feel happy uploading.
Sometimes
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure what's worse, like large amount of hate watchers, or like the rabid stan fan base that every time you tweet a picture of your forearm, you get people tattooing that picture of your forearm on their forearm. You know, I feel like
Bro,
Yeah.
see, like this is why you have to like do this is why you have to do like the balancing act. Like when you see the tattoos, you just call them out for being losers right there. Okay, it's like, listen, bro, don't do. You have to be harsh. Okay, like you
Yeah.
have to fucking just say it's
Dude,
stupid.
So there was this whole little thing that happened at one point. Someone made a video saying that if they hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, they would get a tattoo of my avatar on their butt.
Ooh. Did they?
So someone posted that on my Reddit, and I made a video. I was reacting to my Reddit, and I was like, "Yo, guys, subscribe to him," and he actually did it. Like
Oh
he
my
got
God.
50,000 subscribers, and he hit 100K. He didn't get the tattoo. He then deleted that video.
That's bizarre.
To get a fucking tattoo of somebody on the internet, that is that
Dude,
is the
can you
level of
imagine getting a
parasocial.
tattoo of someone and then they get exposed to be like a child predator?
Oh
Like,
my god.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Well, with YouTubers, that seems like it's somewhat likely of a fate, but I mean, yeah.
What was that one meme where it was like YouTubers was like you either have like a fucking you
Yeah.
either go into pedophilia or shitty music.
Yeah, the
career.
shitty
I
music
love
career,
that
exactly.
meme.
Yeah.
The Yu-Gi-Oh card with the two pads.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I love that shit about like I shouldn't say I love that part about YouTube. Obviously,
People
it's
take you
not
out
very
of context
good.
so much. I just saw
Dude,
them
it's
saying
like-
Mudahar likes watching cartel death footage, and he says that lollies are weird.
Dude, I love that debate so much. Like this internet like drawing loli shit. I'm always like, it's fucking weird, and like it's always the degenerate on the internet that come out of the woodworks. I have a rule on the internet: if you don't show your physical face, this is the key. No, this is what we like to call the Keemstar Nux paradox.
Okay.
If you don't show your face,
You're a bitch.
then your opinion is completely invalid. You know what I mean?
Keem says that to me literally once an episode.
That's pretty funny, honestly.
Yeah. We love it.
I mean, but it's like true though. Like, okay, so I put out my face and I say publicly, I'm like, this fucking internet, like this loli shit is weird. And then like, what else comes at me? Like the most hardest anime profile picture with the most like conservative view against my ass. I'm like, this doesn't even fucking make any sense,
That's
bro.
like,
what are you
that's
going
what happened
on
to me
with?
when I talked about bronies and how maybe kids shouldn't watch Pony Gore, and so many like
That's
bronies came out of the woodwork and were like, actually, that content has every right to exist on YouTube. It's
like-
the parents' fault
like-
completely, and the kids should
Like,
have
think
seen
about the
it.
math here, okay? Like, whip out the TI-83 graphing calculator for a second
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
one.
exactly.
Your first statement, kids shouldn't watch Pony Gore,
Yes.
okay? Actually, it's like, wait a minute. There are just some things that we can agree on.
It's so bizarre. And in the video, I'm like, this is clearly not all bronies. This is only a bad few. And I was like, if you're a brony, you shouldn't feel the need to defend this. Like, you know, it's bad content. And
Dude, back in the day, they used to have, like, in order to counter that statement, there was this one video that always fucking gets me. It's like military bronies react to brony haters.
I love that. I watched
gets
that.
me, dude.
No, I thought that video was badass. I was a brony when I was a kid, so I thought that was like, I was like, hell yeah, these are manly men. They're standing alongside the brony
The
cause.
brony community.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that
yeah.
video is so wild to me because it was like, okay, so people used to call like brony likers, you know, losers or whatever, like effeminate men. And then like, okay, so to describe this video for anybody that hasn't seen it, it's like, then you get like a bunch of dudes like U.S. Delta Force Operation Team 141, like Black Ops Task Force Orange.
And then-
I'm a fucking brony.
Exactly.
And then they like, you know,
these-
they pull up their sleeve and they have a tattoo of Applejack.
No, literally.
Yeah.
I think one of the guys actually did do that. It was there was this guy. He was bald. He had a really cool like beard and mustache. I met him. He was really nice, but he was like the main military brony.
Yeah, it's like guy who iced Bin Laden, like put the
Yeah,
bullet in his
yeah.
head himself. Anyways, I fucking think ponies are pretty cool. Like, if that guy came up to me at a bar and talked to me about cool ponies, where I'm like, yeah, man, you're right, dude. I might fucking watch MLP.
Hell
like
yeah,
you.
no, exactly. They're great at
I'm
really.
gonna get my fucking neck snapped if I say anything wrong to this guy.
Fair,
Jesus.
fair, yeah. But it is weird how many people will come out of the woodworks to defend the most like degenerate things, and it is like it does kind of confuse me, especially when takes are so. It's not even a hot
Just to
take to
have,
just
Right? You
yeah.
think it's
exactly.
like a lukewarm take at best.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
listen, again, here's another thing. When Muda says, like, oh god, all these people should be on a watch list, it's hyperbole. Okay?
Sure.
Yes, they are not committing crimes, it's just weird. But they like to take it to the extreme. It's like, so anyone that watches anything illegal should be prosecuted? Well, you watched a cartel death beheading on TikTok once, Muda.
Well, my rule is, listen, if the fucking RCMP has to come to my house every once in a while because I bought one too many firearms, your ass deserves to get the fucking feds coming over to your house every once in a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of gore and like neck snap, dude, I watched The Boys all the way through ever since last
All
week.
3 seasons?
All 3 seasons.
I am
watched
so
every
happy,
single
dude.
fucking episode.
Did you see what your wife? Your wife tweeted at me like, "He hasn't done anything but watch The Boys for a week." Out there.
Dude, I literally
Nux, is
thought
this
I'm
your
like,
doing? Did you inspire him to do this?
I mean,
well,
it was a
Nux and
team
Caleb,
effort.
because both of you guys and like,
Dude, I love
both
The
you guys
Boys.
hyped that show up. So so that show got me in the first 5 minutes, right? Like I put it up on Amazon Prime. I have like,
Yeah.
so usually when I'm watching like work, I have or watching TV, I have like something that I'm working on,
Hmm.
bro. I don't know if this is a spoiler or whatever the fuck it is.
Spoiler.
The main character's like girlfriend
Yeah.
gets run through. Like this motherfucker.
She's
so
just standing
for
on the
anybody that
side of the
hasn't seen
road,
it,
doing normal person shit.
for anybody that hasn't seen it, so there's this character that's like the Flash who runs really fast, except in this show, he runs right through the main character's girlfriend. Like, they're having this fucking, like, cute scenario in the beginning.
Because think about it, she steps
Gone.
off the curb, and he was just running there at that time, and just
Right,
turns her into
right.
paste. Right?
That's insane.
And then, like,
I looked
you know,
at the
they
gore, I'm
offer him a
like-
ton of money in order to sign, like, an NDA because
Okay,
they don't
a
want
ton
the
of money,
bad...
like 40 grand for killing his girlfriend. Come
that's
on
actually
now.
Dude, that's actually
But, like-
so sad. I didn't think of it.
But like, so basically the whole show is like if you took like the most narcissistic Minecraft YouTubers and like turned them into superheroes, like
Really?
like celebrity types. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
so the
there's,
main
all
character.
the propaganda, the YouTube channel,
Yeah.
the Instagram followers, like, all that stuff.
Well, so the main character is Homelander, like the main protagonist of the show.
That's true. And
he's,
then they're
like,
the
he's-
antagonists,
yeah.
the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, like so okay, Homelander's the protagonist. He's like basically if you took Superman and like you
made
took
him
away
based.
any form of humbleness that Superman had, throw that shit out the fucking window. This dude's a superhero and you're gonna respect him like a fucking superhero. so he's basically like the real protagonist. I finished all 3 seasons.
Dude.
Every single episode, this man, the most like you cannot like this person. Okay, it is physically impossible to think he is a good guy.
I disagree.
Because there are moments in the show where like the directors make it where like, oh, maybe he has like a softer side to him, and then next scene he throws a fucking child off of a roof, like straight to the fucking ground. I'm like, Jesus
That
Christ.
scene where he, like, with that girl on the roof, I think it was season 3
Yeah.
or whatever, and
I just watched that last night.
dude,
Dude, he's like, maybe you should jump. Maybe you should do it. I'm like,
he's
God
like, if you
damn,
just
this
accept,
motherfucker's
if you're ready to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and she's like, I'm Jewish, and he's like, oh well, and then pushes her off the roof.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, he is without a doubt one of the fucking white. Like it is like everyone says like season 3 got like weak or whatever. I think all of them are pretty banging seasons so far.
They're banging.
I'm just excited for the 4th one now that I've done it. I'm actually excited to be watching a show that's been completely like done and everyone's like kind of hyped up on it because I totally miss Game of Thrones. And I also miss Breaking Bad completely. Like the reason I never watched like Breaking Bad is because everyone wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Understandable.
And then I watched it like a year later. I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty fucking decent show. I guess I can see the fucking hype. But this one is like super gory, super well done, and it's like the budget on it is insane. Like every time I watch an episode of it, I'm like, this is not a cheap endeavor to be making. It doesn't really even feel like
Yeah, this isn't
network
TikTok
fucking TV.
Hospital. This is like
No, it's really, really, really good. It's one of my favorite shows.
same.
Yeah.
And it's
And-
like, you know, how to deal with getting canceled and, you know, how he's like, he has this weird power trip. I also love the scene where Homelander is there and the secretary lady, you know, the cowardly little bitch lady over there, and she basically says to him, oh, we found a new person to add to the 7, to add to the group of superheroes, and he's also blind. So he's also disabled.
dude, that-
so since he's
that part
disabled, now
fucks
we're gonna get like extra ratings for being inclusive and stuff.
That part f***ed me so much because he walks up to the blind guy, smashes his head together
His
to
eardrums,
like
bursts his eardrums.
because he has super hearing, right? So like his sole superpower is like because he's blind he can hear the world around him. So he fucking deafens him, like just straight up smashes his eardrums in, and he's like, "There's no fucking way I'm letting a cripple into the business." I'm like,
What are
"Dude,
you
holy
That's
shit."
What are you
insane.
gonna do now? Like, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah,
Homelander. He's also
like-
one with like the mommy fetish, isn't he?
Yeah.
a Homelander? Oh yeah, dude. There was a scene like. Okay, so this is the only scene where like my mom came over.
Oh, of course it is. That's always how it works.
So my mom was over and it was running on my TV, and there was this one scene where he walks into like I don't want to spoil a bunch of things, but he walks into like this fridge where there's like breast milk. Like it's very evident that it's frozen breast milk, and like he just unfreezes it and like fucking orgasms as he drinks it. And my mom's just like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Mom, this is Superman."
No,
this is
it's porn.
Superman.
It's porn. Don't question it.
Yeah. Well, I was so glad like she didn't show up for the Hero Gasm episode. 'Cause I
That
was just
episode
like,
was so good. Dude, Homelander goes to the deep and says, "Eat Timothy."
Yeah, it's like so. You know how like Captain America? I was saying this like last week, right? Like Captain America should be like in like what if you had Captain America? 'Cause he's frozen from like the 20s. What if he like woke up in the current like decade with all of his like that's what an entire character in the show is.
Oh, he's
That
like
he wakes
racist
up from,
and
like,
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not just a race. Like wakes up from like the 40s and shit, and he sees like the TV now. It's like back then men used to be fucking men, and like
Yeah.
just this most like. like this obvious like piece of every hero in the show is a complete piece of shit, but it's so well done where I'm like, if we actually had superheroes in real life, they would be like these assholes. Like they 1,000%
absolutely.
They probably
Yeah.
would be.
It would just be Marvel. So What do you guys think of Soldier Boy?
That's who he was just
Soulja
talking
Boy?
about.
Dude,
he's the guy
that
that
motherfucker
came.
is
He's the
American.
Captain America, except he.
Oh, that's who
he's
you're
a-
talking about. Okay.
Yeah, he's like the
I
top
love Soulja Boy.
American man in the world. Dude's smoking weed. He's the one that created these wild fucking orgies and everything. Dude's
Yeah.
entire persona is a lie. I
Yeah.
fucking love that character, dude.
I
Every
love that
time
guy.
they introduce somebody.
It's such a good show.
It's such a good show.
And I'm surprised that show even got like greenlit because it's not like it's a show that tests the R rating to the fucking max. I'm not even just
yeah.
talking about the gore, like everything
I
in
don't
it
know.
is
There's
like
dickies. There's dickies
yeah.
everywhere.
The shrinking guy that climbs up the guy's penis and blows up inside.
Yeah.
It. Like,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, they actually did that. The whole
Yeah, they
Thanos
actually-
thing.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
Thanos
they did the
Ant-Man
Thanos thing. And
Yep.
so last week I talked about how the best power would be invisibility.
Yeah, yeah.
I stand fucking corrected after the third
Yeah,
episode.
exactly,
We were laughing
dude.
so hard because translucent,
Exactly.
the one superhero with invisibility, they literally kill him by sticking a nuke up his butt. A nuke. They stick dynamite up his ass, and then they blow him up from the inside. Mm-hmm.
I was kind of. My mom, when we were in the car yesterday, I asked her the same question, and she said invisibility.
What?
And I was just like, she said the same thing as like invisibility. Then you could just like be invisible and beat the shit out of everybody. I'm like, hold on,
True.
Mom, hold on, wait a minute.
Come on the
I
podcast.
gotta show you the third episode of The Boys because it ain't as simple as you think.
As an
But-
outsider looking in, this show sounds just insane.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You should definitely watch
I
it.
honestly,
Trust me,
yeah.
It's so insane that like I'm just tracking down the comics now because I want to read through it because I'm like, dude, because you know there's got to be shit in the comic books that they just cannot film for the fucking TV series.
Oh, I
at
imagine.
all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's again, it's like I never watched it because like it's just it honestly felt like a superhero show to me, even the way that people described it. But like now that I've seen it all,
show. This is
It's
a
not.
pharmaceutical show.
yeah, and it's got like the fucking baddest, like it's got Gustavo Fring from like
Yeah.
Breaking, because he's always in like every show where he's got to be like that evil boss. Everyone pulls it off so well. Like I just it like the way that it touches upon like social commentary is like it's not overbearing, but it just does it in like the fucking best way possible. I would highly recommend you. I'm a fucking Boys fan now after like last week, dude.
It's great. It's great.
But speaking of other shit too, it's like, man, around us, what do you guys think about that whole like White House cocaine shit? I'm still been like looking it up the whole
Oh,
time.
man.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, big supporter.
Yeah.
I've never
mean,
been a
you-
fan of like I've never been a fan of the Bidens, but everything that comes out of Hunter just makes him seem more base to me.
Yeah, it's just,
Wait,
I
wait, do
personally
people-
recently joined the war on drugs on the side of the drugs.
He
Yeah, I was
did,
gonna say,
absolutely.
do people think that elites don't just do drugs?
Of course they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what?
I do find it
That's
strange people
yeah.
are so shocked. Also, how many people, they're like, the whole laptop thing. So many people are so excited. They're like, oh my god, we have a picture of Hunter Biden's penis. This is gonna ruin Joe. It's like, sure.
The thing about like elite people doing is like people just forget like no matter what side of the aisle you're on, everyone's a fucking cokehead.
Yeah,
Lest
no,
we
they're
forget,
all the same. Yeah.
You want to talk about Biden? We already had a cokehead in the office.
Yeah,
twice.
we've had a lot of cokeheads now.
Yeah. You're telling me back in the day, fucking who was the Californian actor again? Reagan. You tell me he never did a line of coke in the office? Come on now.
He was a bit of a
You
hypocrite
tell me
there.
he never smoked the blunt? Come on. Nancy was high as the first time that you were talking about coke.
Yeah. The thing that is weird about old Hunter though is that he smokes crack.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like you don't gotta smoke crack. You can get better stuff than that, dude. Come
You
on.
know what's funny? He's not the only politician that the old mayor
That's
of
common,
Toronto
yeah.
smoked crack too.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
I think the mayor of DC did that as well.
Are we gonna get shadow banned?
Probably.
We're,
Yeah.
we're
Talking about
already
the
shadow.
brother-
banned. Welcome to this side
Brother,
of the
we've
force.
talked about crack way too many times on
Yeah.
this.
Well, crack and Hunter Biden. It's like the perfect combo for you to
I mean,
just say.
dude, you talk about
Dude, that's-
pony
can't
porn
talk
on your
about that.
channel, okay? Listen, you're not. You're not exactly in the best graces of the.
No,
YouTube
no, I'm
gods.
not saying I am. I'm just saying generally. But
No, I the thing about like algorithms is I feel like they don't. I feel like if you want to not get shadow banned, you have to be either extreme for one side or the other, because the algorithm just pushes people to that end
True,
too. So
true,
if we're talking
yeah.
about. If we're talking about Biden, we might as well go full on and say ultra based, bro,
Yeah,
defend
yeah,
this
yeah.
man and his crack usage. Because like, so the one day I woke up like last week and it was just they were like shitting on him for like going 170 miles an hour, and I was like, oh. road. So I looked up the video, and apparently it was on like the fucking what is it, Route 66, like Vegas, LA to Vegas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh come on, who hasn't hit 170 on that fucking road? Come on now, like who gives it? Like I was like, I thought he was like doing it in like the city. I'm like, oh shit, that's really fucking dangerous.
Are
It's
you-
on the interstate? Whatever.
Are you located in LA as well, or no?
Nah, dude, I'm located in small town Toronto, bro.
Oh, you are in Toronto. Okay, gotcha. I love Toronto's a beautiful city. I love it.
Oh, that's when people. That's you being nice, my man.
I mean, I'm from New York, so you know the bar's
Yeah,
kind
New
of.
York's a fucking beautiful place.
It is. It's the best.
Yeah.
But Toronto's like New York if it was cleaner and less dangerous, I guess. But that's I'm not saying that as a bad way to New York, because that's kind of what's great about it. It's just its charm and the fact
It's
that
charm, it's danger.
It's charm,
the
it's danger.
fucking PvP zone that you're walking
yeah,
around.
yeah,
in.
exactly. It's to me, it's kind of like I've compared it to New York in a lot of ways. Like especially if you're in like Washington Square Park, it's like the start of like a Fortnite lobby where everyone's just doing their own thing and there's no cohesion. Everyone's dressed differently. People are just dancing. Some guys like
Yo, when I think
practicing
of
a
a fucking
ball in
battle
his head.
royale lobby, I just see guns going off in a small area. What the
Well,
fuck?
I mean, that luckily not yet, but it does just feel like a game lobby where people are just running around doing whatever the hell they want. I mean, I look like I'm wearing a bunch of extravagant skins most of the time. Like I'm a complete victim of it. But yeah.
You know what city I love the most is Dallas, dude. At like 8:45, everyone's in fucking bed, man.
Is it really? Does it just
No.
Dude, everyone's
die?
in bed by 8:45 in Dallas. It felt so surreal to me. I'm like, don't you guys have like a nightlife?
So it's like the complete opposite of New York.
Yeah, well, you want to know a really scary cult place? It's Buffalo. You been to Buffalo, New York?
I have when I was a kid, but like not
Okay, so
for long.
they have this team called the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
man, let me tell you something right now. They're Muslims go to the Mecca for prayer, okay?
Yeah, okay.
As Buffalonians go back to their home to watch the game in
Buffalonians.
solo. I'm like, what in the... Dude, there was a time where I was out there and there was like a Bills game playing and nobody was in the bars or anything. I'm like, that's
Really?
so fucking what? Yeah! They were like closing the places early. I was like, why?
So people really,
come here
really
and
love-
drink and watch the game. Why
Right.
are you at home?
I
But,
guess
you
to spend time with their family. It's a real sacred moment for them, I suppose.
Yeah, that and fentanyl, I guess, because that's what the fucking billboards are all. So in New York, I will say there's this one YouTuber that I want to end up meeting. He's actually a YouTube outlaw.
Okay.
If you guys ever heard of Where 981?
No.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so this man runs away from the NYPD. I shit you not. You guys can
Like
fucking
in his
look it up.
videos?
Yeah.
Wait,
so
wait,
he
what?
drives. Yeah, so he's sometimes in a Porsche, sometimes in a BMW. He doesn't upload real videos. They're all CGI renders, like they're all
Sure,
the
sure,
renders
sure.
are not real, okay? Like
What?
let's not, fuck around. But anyways, in his videos he has like, you know how Ice Poseidon has like swatting compilations?
Oh, sure, yeah.
This dude has police chase compilations.
That's insane.
And he ends up getting away. That's the wildest
Really?
part to me. I'm like, you watch like Top 10 America's like police chases and they all get fucked up. This man just fucking rips out of there, no questions asked. I'm like, it's YouTube is like, social media is such a weird place. Like you have like your standard content and then you just have like outlaws on the fringes
Yeah.
just operating.
Yeah. No, we're built different. That actually brings me into something interesting. Are you guys familiar, like that it's dark, it's a big pivot. But there's like another YouTube pedo ring again, and no one's talking about it.
Huh?
Oh shit, what's going
Where
on
at?
with this one?
Okay, so, do you guys remember how back, Muda, you covered this, I'm pretty sure. Back, like, a few years back, there was, like, the, video from blank date, webcam footage, and it's just, like, kids playing or whatever is in the playlists and all that. So that's kind of made a return.
What? I have
And
no idea what you're talking about.
no one does. Literally no one has spoken about it, because one of my fans on Discord, who, I don't know how they found it, I find it really kind of funny. It's basically, if you look up certain body parts that are fetishized and you just go into playlist, you're gonna like almost
feet?
immediately find, feet was the one he used as the example. You're gonna find like sexy feet playlists, and half the videos are of like little kids.
Do I need to fire up a fucking VPN for this one or
I mean, I don't know. I have when researching it, but it's like it's insane, and I'm gonna put it in my like future ElsaGate video because I mean it's not ElsaGate, but it's I want to have it under that umbrella just so people are fully aware of it because the ElsaGate stuff performs really well, so I want to bring full awareness. But yeah, if you just look up any body part that's fetishized, go into playlists, you're gonna find little kids, and it's weird because, you know, their videos aren't set as for kids, so I presume it's kids who uploaded their videos and didn't want to have their comments taken off, or something along those lines. I know kids definitely do that. So
Dude,
yeah.
it's like, it's either that, or literally it's just like fucking discount basement surgeons, and no joke.
It's really bizarre. It really is. Like, literally, I was looking for, my most recent video is about 2000s toy commercials, right? It's super innocent, super fun video. And then, so I looked up, there was this old commercial I watched on YouTube of these, like, surprise snot-nosed toys where you'd, like, it was like a plastic nose and there was slime on the inside and you'd, like, pick it and a toy would come out, right? It's like a surprise egg, but
Yeah, it's
slime.
like fucking diaper cleaning toys and shit like
Yeah,
that. I don't
it
know why
was like
somebody
an
wants
early
to play with this and
2000s
shit.
gross out thing. So I look up slime toy, whatever, slime like booger toy. And in that fucking result, there's this video called like Sexy Snot, and it's videos of like toddlers with runny noses. And I was like, it genuinely made me feel so sick. I reported every playlist I find are reported. I'm not sure if it's still up, but I like took a screenshot of it. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, dude, YouTube fringes get so weird. I'm actually glad we're on this
Genuinely.
topic too, because like I've been on this like anti-zoophilia kick. Mm-hmm. So there's been a lot of people that just love fucking animals for some reason. I don't get it.
There was that
Don't
podcast that was on
understand it.
here for a while, the like Zooier Than Thou podcast that was like public on YouTube.
What is going on?
Oh, yeah.
How have I missed all of this? I don't know
Oh my God.
anything you're talking about.
Well,
Look,
that's
when you're
because-
in the
that's
niche that
because
me
you're
and
not
Wood are
yeah.
in, you're gonna find
Like,
some
dude,
stuff shit
how
everywhere.
how is this your content right now?
Oh, it's not
Raymundo?
easy.
How did you get to the point that all of your videos are talking about, you know,
Okay,
ElsaGate,
so you want to know? Okay,
bronies, and
so
Some form of
I want to
form of
explain why,
depravity.
like, I even went down that form of content
Yeah.
myself. Next, there was one time I took a fucking YouTube strike so personally. It hit me on such a fucking deep. This is my like Homelander moment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, YouTube comes at me and strikes me for like a nudity thing that popped up for like a second on like you know a fucking video that I used to do like years ago, like a live stream that my fuck up. But it pissed me off so much because the moment that I got suspended and the related, it was just all this degenerate fucking content that was in the search, and it was there getting millions of views, up there for years. And I was like, how the f- is it that I'm getting slapped and these motherfuckers get to act like this?
Was it like a full stop punctuation kind of thing where it was like kind of hidden?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, not really even kind of hidden. Like, there was moments where, like, literally, so, you know the naked yoga shit that I, like,
Yeah.
like laughed at? So the funny
Love
thing
it.
about the naked yoga crap is the naked yoga crap was legitimately porn videos. Like, all of it was porn
Yeah.
videos. And
still
YouTube
is.
knows
It's still
that it's...
thriving.
Well, YouTube knows it's porn videos because they typically throw it into their, like, auto-detection bot, and
Dude.
it'll, like, identify the frames.
Did you see that
So-
there's this one whole channel that's just like, you know, real versus dildo challenge, and it's these two
Wait,
guys.
really?
You haven't
Yeah.
seen
Oh, yeah.
this?
No,
You guys
fucking
saw the
Dick
way.
Nair
versus
thing,
dildo.
right?
I didn't watch
That
it,
blew
but I'm
up.
very
The
much
Nair
aware of
asshole
it.
thing? Yeah, I saw the Nair asshole thing.
Dude, I love that guy. That guy's awesome.
Okay, but see, like, that's like that. I feel like he's just kind of like the best troll because he's like he knows how to perfectly make it an educational piece. That's it. Like
Right,
that.
right.
That man has played the played the guidelines like a.
Well, now
fiddle.
everyone knows about it and they're watching his video.
Yeah.
It's genius. It
It
really
has
is.
20 million views.
Oh my
Anyways.
god. Yeah.
So it's already been viewed by quite a lot of
Do
people.
you
who
want to
wanna-
shave your asshole and fucking be the second viewed video?
Right. I
Yeah.
guess so. It's a
I'm
new
fucking-
niche,
dude, I'm-
new
New
trend.
down
video
for
coming
it.
soon,
Yeah.
dude. New video coming soon on the Oompaville channel.
Well, this is like the weirdest thing. It's like I'm wondering when like the next person that like advertises Manscaped is actually going to manscape
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
on camera.
Well, Manscaped
Like,
has to
when's that-
approve it, so it really depends on how crazy your
How the
associate
would
is.
Manscaped not approve an ad where the person is actually doing what their product is set out to
Yeah, that's
do?
true.
That's true.
They really let you get away with a lot, Manscaped. They don't care.
I think from Manscaped's perspective, if you get the strike doing some heinous shit and it becomes a whole shitstorm, that's just great publicity.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're not actually violating the rules.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just because, like, I saw the Nair butthole video. I will say this: I was not sexually aroused. So obviously, the intention was there. I actually learned how to fucking wash my asshole with the Nair video. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
It's actually educational. Like, if I ever need the cleanest ass in the world, I know
Now
what
you
video
know.
to go to.
Now
It's
you
there.
know.
20 million. It's in the algo. It's all available.
Genuinely.
I've seen people freak out over it. I'm like, I don't understand how this freaks you the fuck out. Like this, like when I saw the video, like I saw it through a couple streamers who like opened it up and they started freaking out and sticking to the walls. And I was like, dude, it's literally just an asshole being like shaved.
Right.
Like,
It's
I've seen
anatomy.
a lot. And it kind of like I feel like it's a filter test because like I've seen One Man One Jar. I've seen fucking Goatsy.
Oh,
and
you've
shit.
seen all
Like,
the shit.
You
Okay.
see Goatsy, that'll fucking change you. All right, a little bit like that. That's your first foray in.
Yeah.
Not like not the ball shaving, ass shaving Nair video. That's like
Yeah, dude,
the
who
most
cares about
rookie
that?
crap.
Yeah.
I honestly
Rookie
somehow
ass shaving videos.
I haven't seen any of those classic shock images yet. I'm fully aware of them and I've had to talk about them, but throughout
You've
the
never
process,
seen, like,
no,
the
I don't
shock
want
videos?
to because I know I'm just gonna like remember that shit in the middle of the night and just be like grossed out. And
You've never seen like
you
Two
ever
Guys
heard
One
of-
Horse?
no,
Blippi?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Mr. Hands. I've never seen One Man One Jar. I've never seen Lemon Party. I've never seen Goatsy.
I've seen them all.
Never
Okay,
seen
Lemon
Two Girls
Party
and
is
Coke.
not bad.
No, it's right. It's just like trans girls,
it's
isn't it?
just old dudes. It's old.
Oh, no,
it's
it's
hero
old dudes.
casting.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah.
The one thing that I love. One time I was working out.
Okay.
And like in the middle of a really intense workout, and I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. This is like probably
sorry to hear that.
2013, 2014, long time ago. And they watched Mr. Hands on the
Oh my
podcast.
god.
And I was like, I don't want to hear this shit again.
That's insane.
But I got to hear it in my head while
They played the
while I
audio
was
of the
doing
video?
Squats. Oh, I don't think they showed the video on the podcast, but they played the audio.
That's
And it's the
insane.
guy going like, like that, and he fucking makes that sound of his organs getting ruined. And that stuck
That's
with me bad,
wild.
dude.
That
Yeah.
is wild.
That was back when the Joe Rogan podcast was
what-
bearable and good.
What's the wildest like fucking shock video? You've seen the shock videos. You're not gonna. I'm not the only person
No,
here
I've-
that's
yeah.
seen
I've
the whole
seen 'em.
circuit,
I've-
right?
I've seen
I'm
them
the
all,
only one
bro.
who hasn't.
There you go. Okay, perfect. Because the thing with the shock videos,
I think
like
for me, straight up, the Blippi one is the wildest one that I've seen.
Oh god, I heard about that.
Bro,
that shit's
the Bli-
insane.
dude, the Blippi one is
Oh my
so
God.
I think
fucking
for me, it's the context that not only is what happened, like what actually happened on stream, but the fact that this person is a world-renowned, performer for children. It's like it's that contrast that for me makes that just stand out
Yeah.
as the craziest shock video I've seen.
I also find it kind of hilarious that parents are finding it too.
I showed that to my aunt. Like, she has no connection to Blippi. Like, none of her kids watched
You
it.
showed her the
So, like,
video?
I showed her the video.
Oh
Like, the
my
Harlem
God.
Poop video. Because I know, this was around the time that Caleb told me, like, because I didn't even know what the video was until Caleb's like, the Harlem Poop video. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. So I'm like sitting there with my aunt one day, and I whip out my phone, and I'm like, hey, do you see Blippi? And she's like, oh, he's just like a fucking kids entertainer. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And then I show the Harlem Poop
he's so
video.
That's insane. That's
She
I
insane.
had,
love
like her
Blippi.
eyes. She's like, she wasn't grossed at her first like worst to me was like, how is he so accurate? And I'm like, dude, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
to
was
the
like,
people
fucking
in the audience, am I allowed to describe this, or are we gonna get sued? Like, am I allowed to talk about?
How
this?
would you get sued? What is he gonna say?
Because
It's a
he
deep fake
has
now?
no, like he allegedly doles out copyright strikes and like all that stuff.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you
I
want.
mean, we're not showing it. It's just
Yeah, we're not
information that's
showing
out
it.
there.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's also like completely true.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's not slander, but it's this guy Blippi, famous child entertainer.
Be back in a sec.
He's at one. Raymundo does not want to hear this. He's on one end of the
He's
room,
talented, honestly.
and
he deserves praise
he
for that
does, he
video.
does. And
It's
then there's
I
impressive.
this
think he
other
does.
guy at the
My
other
aunt
end
said,
of the
"How's he
room.
so accurate?"
And he projectile diarrhea fires from his asshole across the room into his friend's asshole.
Dude, that always has like blown my like. That's literally when my aunt's first reaction, who's like, she's like the most vanilla person. When her reaction is, "How is he so accurate?" She's not even like factoring in the grossness of the scenario. She's factoring in just how fucking insane, like, just the feat of it, right? Like that's what it comes
feat.
down to.
Could someone
Yeah,
power
the fuck-
scale Blippi, please? He would defeat Goku.
Yeah, he's a fucking. One thing that I kind of want to ask you guys: what would you guys be doing if you had to restart YouTube, but as a children's entertainer?
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it YouTube as a children's entertainer?
No.
What if you were making millions a month?
I don't think I would want to do that. I mean, maybe for a short period of time, or if I could do it with like a mask or something.
Honestly, I would probably do like Starman skits, except they would be like AI generated animations of like popular characters. Like I feel like,
Dude, I just want to do evil Darman, man. I want to do like fucked up version of Darman.
There's a lot of that already, though. There's a lot of those. Generation Hope, I think, is one.
Oh shit, yeah, I do. Okay, now I remember the one you're talking about. No, there was one Darman one where I think like the record producer kills like someone or some shit, and it was a whole like they have no point to them. They're just fucked up scenarios. Right. But yeah, now you're hitting it out. But I mean, it's not like Darman videos of a fucking point to them either.
Rich college student attacks homeless family.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I find them so real hot take here. They're so pointless. It's like, oh wow, you shouldn't be mean to people. It's a real good lesson there.
Well, there was one where it's like there was one where like the whole concept was I made this video on my channel. It's like racist Karen whips black boys.
I saw that video.
Was.
Really?
When I saw that title on your video, I flipped out.
Like dude, you thought you flipped out? Okay, it was 1 a.m. when I saw that title. I was half asleep, and I kind of like I had to look at the URL bar for my web browser. I'm like, is this Live Leak or fucking Daily? No, it's YouTube. So that video is just like 2 black guys playing their business. This chick comes out with a fucking cane whip, bro. Like she comes out like a Bloodborne character, ready to whip the out of these guys. I'm like, there is just no way this is on YouTube, and it was advertised, pushed in the algorithm.
Love that.
And I was like, man, and that's the kind of thing. Like immediately, like in our like dark mystery YouTube channel, like group chats, I'm always like, yo, boys, how is it that you guys get community guidelines striked and this shit just gets to roam around free?
Yeah.
Great question.
Well, yeah, you were wondering, Nux, like, how do you even get into this stuff? And I mean, that's a good question. I personally started off with like the iceberg, kind of. I mean, like for me, you guys are familiar with like the whole iceberg trend, obviously, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I did like the childhood trauma iceberg, which is one of the big ones now, which I'm proud of. From there, basically, I just kind of like floundered around for a while, like, what do? I don't want to keep doing icebergs forever, so like, what's my next step? And I was, I've been obsessed with this kind of creepy content since I was a kid. I was watching Creepy Gaming when I was 8 years old. I thought that you wrote these creepypastas. I hated you because I didn't like that you made stories about Mario killing Yoshi, but I still went back every time and I freaked myself the fuck out. It was a process. I wasn't the most intuitive 8-year-old in the world, but I was like, this goddamn guy, if he doesn't stop talking about Mario being evil, I'm gonna have to do something about it.
Dude, I love that part of the world. I love that part so much. It was a period where like anytime I talked about these stories and I was even a little bit critical, YouTube used to have this feature where like you could get private messages sent to you as the creator.
Yes, dude, man, I remember that.
Yeah.
Dude, if I could dig that up, the amount of "How dare you criticize me, you evil bastard!"
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had a whole like novels written out of like hate messages, dude. I was like, dude, I like when YouTube took that feature away. I honestly cried for like 10 minutes. I'm like, dude,
I'm sure you did.
I should have fucking recorded this. I should have screen captured some of these because there were some fucking bangers written, and it wasn't even like nowadays. If I get like a hate message, it's like maybe like the occasional like light racism, and that's it. Like that's all.
Sure.
It's like some fucking like this was like elaborately like angry written. Like the motherfucker hit him right in the feels, dude. He's like out there talking about how like my future generation should all be ridden with cancer, and I'm like, God,
oh my God,
okay, you got some wild,
yeah, that goes
messages
hard.
there.
Yeah, I was like,
that goes hard.
He's like, I hope Huntington disease. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, over your fucking story, Christ.
Yeah.
There was this part where I was like shitting on like the Miiverse people because like Miiverse, dude, before Nintendo shut that platform down.
I missed that shit, man. That was incredible.
There were like, so the way that the algorithm for Miiverse worked is like you start off and you look at like a role play like thing, right? Like if people are given the like character sheets. I swear on the 4th role play, it'll be like, here's my character, 26, male. Occupation, Al-Qaeda terrorist. I'm like, whoa, okay, we're in the good one today.
It was like the YouTube and Netflix ones were the most insane because they weren't around a single game. So it was just like whatever the hell people wanted to do. I was there on the day or the night that it shut down. It was emotional, but there was so much porn on it because the mods were asleep, I guess, or they just couldn't handle how much was being put in. it was insane.
Dude, I want the internet to return to 90s era forums
Oh
where
my
just
God,
like
yeah.
like that
just for
90s
like a week.
Yeah,
Just for a
yeah.
week. Make it like the Purge, you know, where one day a year, every
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
the internet goes back to.
There's that old there's like this website that's like redoing the old MySpace setup, and it actually is like really close. I'm considering like just making one for from one of my bands called Polybius, which you guys should be familiar with. That's
Yes.
Referencing.
Hold on,
We're doing
one
this show.
of your bands. You have multiple bands.
I'm in a few. Yeah, I'm in Polybius, which is a like cover band that does occasional, like, it's either Halloween stuff or 2000 stuff or whatever the show needs, whatever it calls for the occasion. And then I'm in a pirate band called the Scallywags, which is a
pirate band?
Yeah, got a pirate band.
Like real pirates or what?
Oh, like very cartoony, silly pirates. But we play sea shanties.
One Piece is rude.
And so that's our whole theme. And then I'm in another band where I'm the drummer. It's an indie rock band, and that's it for what I'm currently in. I'll sub in for other random bands that are around. But Polybius is like what we're doing this show called 2000s Night with Justin Wang might attend. He's interested in coming, so
Hey.
that's really cool. But basically, we're gonna be playing classics. We're gonna be playing like Caramel Dancing. We're gonna be playing Numa Numa. We're playing like we're doing like
Bro,
a mix of like internet
dude, you
stuff.
are bringing
and,
Cherry Chocolate Rain, Nuba Nuba.
Oh
Damn,
yeah.
that is.
Oh, it's
Chocolate
like
Rain,
classic
really?
stuff. I'm thinking Chocolate Rain possibly, but I don't want to be insensitive because of how how real the song lyrics are and
Right.
and how much of like a joke it's become. But we're definitely doing Caramel Dance, and we're definitely doing Numa Numa. We're definitely doing we're gonna actually write our first original, which is based on Nyan Cat. So like Nyan Cat is gonna be the chorus.
Like the chorus.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to be singing it. It's going to be played on a recording. And then the verses will be, original lyrics, and we're going to be playing the song. So I'm hyped as hell for that. And then we're going to do, like, just other songs from the time period. We're going to be doing, like, Teenagers, MCR, American Idiot, maybe Baby by Justin Bieber,
Dude,
potentially,
I hate that I
if
know
all
all
goes
these
well.
songs, man.
Oh, they're great songs. I'm excited for that set, man. When I was talking to Wang about it at the party, he was kind of like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, it's going to be like Internet 2000 space. And he's like, oh, send me the information. I'm like, that's how I know it's going to be good. If Justin Wang's on my side, then, like, that's going to be fire. But, yeah, so I might do a MySpace page for the band just to, like, really put the theming together. So instead of being like, follow us on Instagram, just, like, follow us on MySpace.
Wait, you're whipping out a MySpace page?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. There's like, I
okay.
mean, current MySpace is not MySpace anymore, but there's this website that's like rebuilding it, basically.
You should just like make like a fucking web page that
Dude, you
just
should
looks
be
like
cool.
it's from the 90s.
Oh, that is a
Follow
good
me on
idea.
Threads.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. If I knew how to design a website, I guess I don't know how, so I guess that would make it look like it's from the 90s.
What? Yeah,
There we
like
go.
the thing about like the internet nowadays is like, man, every like social media is super duper consolidated.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's cool to have all of your place in one app when you're on the toilet and shit, but it's like back in the day, it's like just going on like a forum for everything used to be the fucking thing. You
and
know
it was
what I mean?
fun
Used to
too.
be the
Yeah.
like coming across like I remember back in the day, like looking through the most obscure section of Newgrounds to like witness a 900 fucking page debate
Yeah.
on some optional boss character from like Final Fantasy.
That's
like
amazing.
motherfuckers get into heated arguments on a fucking internet website made for Flash games.
The old Flash games and animations too, they're so particular. They've got almost a creepy aspect to them now. They weren't at the time, but now, like, looking back, there's this weird layer of, like, eeriness, at least from my point of view for some of them, like the jankiness of them. And there's, like, horror projects that are taking advantage of that, like Bugbo and I Can't Sleep and stuff like that are really, like, kind of, using that to its advantage. And, it's
I
cool.
think it's just mostly like nostalgia that kind of like takes over. I
Yeah.
just miss like that part of the internet where like even the stories that were so the stories that work on YouTube that people really get into. It's like they're still all from that era. They're still
Yeah.
all like right down, like fucking. But nowadays, like on the internet, it's like we've lost kind of like this era of like mystery. We've lost these like weird like internet rabbit holes to go down into.
Genuinely. It's mostly just on YouTube now and, like, Reddit.
Yeah, and even Reddit is like f***ing so goddamn like
Yeah, but even
locked
these,
down.
even these
Yeah,
rabbit
genuinely.
holes at this point, I feel like the internet's gotten so massive. Like, every little niche rabbit hole that you'd think is like creepy will have like millions of viewers and people that know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's
Yeah.
illegal, in which case it's
You know, this is why there's one niche that nobody has covered, like really except me. Like I feel like I'm the only one that ever like laughs at it. It's my thing. It's Arabic ghost hunting, dude.
dude,
Dude, that's
love
I do
that
too, bro.
video.
It's not just you.
Yeah, and
It's not just you.
Okay,
I know
well,
about Jins.
you
What are you
and me
talking
and
about?
the other degenerate. No,
What are you talking about, bro?
Okay, but there's like this new YouTuber. Okay, like there's not new, but he's like so he does ghost hunt. He does like gin hunts, right? Except it's so obviously fake. Like it starts off with him and like the fucking most like Arab crack den you've ever seen, like the hookah den, the skooma den in the
Yeah.
fucking
Skooma
middle of
dens.
nowhere.
What?
Like the middle of nowhere, fucking. Yeah. No, it's like okay, so
On Red
He-
Mountain.
dude, literally sometimes it is on mountains, bro. He's like so it's in Saudi Arabia, like the fucking most abandoned like fucking it looks like it's a shithole. And like he starts the camera off pointing it at like down this hallway, this decrepit hallway of like this one like short woman. And she can't, like, she's just screaming, and he's, like, trying to converse with her
That's
about, like,
scary.
the day. I'm like, what
Yeah,
the?
women-
Like,
short
it's,
people.
Women are like,
dude, either it's, no,
just
either
made the
it's
same
obviously, Look, either it's obviously, like, obviously it's fake, right? But people walk into it, like, you look at the comments, like, oh my god, I can't believe you found this fucking shit. There are moments where he gets into, like, verbal combat with these people, like, these fucking ghostly apparitions.
That is
He's
awesome.
He's like screaming back and forth, and the production value is there because sometimes he's chasing these people through these like crack houses, and they're just disappearing and reappearing in other locations.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Obviously, it's fakely done, but I'm just like, dude, if this was real, this man is on methamphetamines because he's just running at him. Like normally, an American ghost hunter will like whip out the fucking like thermal vision goggles,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
parabolic-
EMF.
Dude, this guy
Get
is
real
like literally-
scared.
you know, all the
This guy-
technology, like the little thing that beeps and vibrates, and it's like,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
ghost,
Yeah.
my
He's
ghost
like- he's
detector
like, you
is
guys see
going
that?
off. I sense
He's
an
like, that's
ectoplasm nearby. Like
Yeah,
they,
his PKE meter.
I just
like
got
that-
plasmed.
Yeah, he's like, that's EMF level 5 in the corner. This guy, he whips out the Quran, like whips out the hottest verses you've ever fucking heard of, rushes the goddamn room, doesn't even care.
That's,
he's like,
That's
I
funny
respect
as
that,
he's like,
honestly.
he's like, EMF? Dad, I got the power of assault rings? That shit, I've got God on my side. Pussy. Runs into, and I'm like, dude, I wish I got to see more of these ghost hunters. There was another ghost hunting team from Indonesia, and this guy went to a graveyard and had a fucking actual like interview with the ghost. The
Wow.
ghost materialized on camera, and he's like talking to it about that. I'm like, dude, it's just like motherfuckers here got to talk to crystal balls and do seances. He's got a fucking 60 minutes interview with a dead person, like unironically
Wait,
framed like this.
When they catch the ghost or when they hunt them, what do they do? Do they just run at them and say prayers, or is there an
No, he
actual
did-
like capturing?
Well, okay, so the Arab guys, they run at them with the prayers.
Yeah.
Okay, like they got the camera on, the Snapchat camera ready to record it. Other than that, they're not capturing the ghost. You
Okay,
can't capture
okay.
it. This ain't the Ghostbusters. You
Right,
have the
right,
fucking
yeah.
ectometers and all that shit.
Tell me they don't
And
have a
the
ghost
ghosts are
trap
real
that they
neato.
throw on the floor and then they lead it in?
No, there is no capturing. It's like
Gotcha.
they're there to just scream at
So the
them,
hunting is
yell
just
at them.
finding them and yelling at them, basically.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
it's called ghost berating, actually.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like it's like okay. Imagine like the content. Imagine if I went to like fucking 8 Mile, Detroit, right? Like fucking decrepit, dead part of the country, and just started running into crack houses and screaming at apparitions and people, right? Like that's it.
Sounds like fun.
Like-
Something that me and the boys could do on our time off. I don't know.
Dude, it's honestly the coolest part of ghost hunting. Like, it's why I can never watch real ghost hunting here. Like all this shit about like, oh, I have this weird feeling. Oh, I'm pissing down my leg. Oh, I'm getting a bad vibe. No,
Something
like,
feeling
that's
cold
because
chill.
actually-
Yeah.
Something just touched me on my neck.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like, all right,
Like,
dude, are you catching anyone? Are you yelling at them? Are you berating them? No,
Are you,
dude,
do you
I-
believe in ghosts, or is it more of an entertainment
Me?
thing?
Yeah, do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, I
Moto?
fucking believe 100%
Okay.
in ghosts. No,
Yeah.
not really. No, I don't believe in ghosts.
What? What? That's not even a joke.
double
You just
hooked it.
lied to all of us
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
immediately
Just
said you
genuinely-
were lying. What the? Yeah, of course I believe in ghosts. I'm just kidding.
No, okay,
That's not
well,
even
okay,
funny.
but you can't. How can you believe in ghosts? Like, that doesn't scientifically make sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course not.
Like, if you die, you're gonna be hanging around your old fucking house and shit, and like not keeping it up. Like, first off, how depressing is it to die in your house and be haunting the same property, and just watching it get even more decrepit?
Yeah.
I firmly believe that doesn't even. If ghosts were scientifically real, we could prove it, you know, but we don't.
Yeah, I think you're right, but also science isn't necessarily the only
Barometer.
thing, right?
That's true.
Yeah, it's not the only people. I mean, people believe in a lot of things that are not
Scientific.
even
You see,
remotely scientifically accurate,
I agree
like
with
provably.
that. Like, I think that
So-
even people that do believe in some semblance of spirituality or whatever, I don't think that necessarily equates to believing in ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I also would not, like, if you told me, oh shit, this is the most haunted part of the United States, you want to go fuck around? I'm like, no, probably not either. Like, I don't believe in it, but why tempt fate, you know? Like, who fucking knows, right?
I mean,
like,
I'm sure so you don't believe in ghosts in a physical apparition form, but do you think there could still be, like, a bad energy left behind by something like that?
I don't
that
know
could
if there's like an
influence?
energy. I'm usually scared by the reality more. Like,
Sure.
if I go into a decrepit haunted place, I'm more scared
Of
of
a
the
drug addict
crackhead
that
running at
stabs
me.
you.
Sure,
Yeah, like a crackhead jumps through the ceiling and starts rushing
Yeah.
me. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm scared of.
I ain't scared at
don't
all.
like a
I welcome
ghost.
that.
I mean, you welcome it because you can take on the physical, right? Like, you can mag
Yeah.
dump but like a ghost that runs at me.
Caleb, do you believe in ghosts?
Like, I'm scared.
Do I believe in ghosts? No.
What was
I
the?
don't.
Is there like the little side?
I
that
don't.
does?
I want to. I would say I would like to believe in ghosts. I would like for there to be an actual evidence of ghosts. And if I saw something, I would 100% start believing in ghosts. But I think I want it to happen too much, to where it will, my mind will not play tricks
clown.
on me.
So you're like
Yeah.
agnostic atheist on ghosts.
Yeah, basically with ghosts.
ghosts.
Yeah, like as an example, we've done a lot of stuff where we've like gone to haunted houses and things like that, and I'm the only one who's just not afraid and walks around and just like kind of, like fucking kill me, I don't give a shit. And then I'm the only one who doesn't get scared and the only one who doesn't see stuff
Right,
or
right.
experience stuff. So it's just like it's
Dude,
you know.
that's the same thing I do. Like, if you take me to
Yeah.
a haunted house, I have main character syndrome, dude. I walk around like
Ghosts?
I walk around like a fucking Elder Scrolls NPC waiting to get
Exactly.
attacked. Like, bring it on, dude.
I have an
Fucking, I got
interesting
my scuba.
relationship with that stuff personally, because
Yeah?
I've experienced some weird things. I worked at a restaurant that was allegedly haunted for years. I didn't work for years, but apparently it had been haunted by an apparition that was known as like the Top Hat Man. Basically, it was this place called the Jekyll and Hyde Club here in New York, and it was this old themed restaurant with like animatronics. It was like a kind of like a gothic Chuck E. Cheese.
Five Nights at Freddy's just.
Yeah, it
sounds
was
dope.
like it was badass. You know, there'd be like skeletons on that would play instruments and sing.
yeah.
There was like a sphinx head. There was a werewolf that would come to life. A mummy. Frankenstein's monster like live show would happen with an actor and an animatronic. Like, it was badass. And upstairs they had a haunted house, which I worked at for a few months. And I didn't think it was haunted. Like, the whole theme of it, they call it's like the most haunted restaurant in New York because there's, you know, it's themed that way. There was one time I was working with my girlfriend at the time, and we were there, and it was very strange. We were walking in this area, the haunt was empty, and there was like 2 actors down, so we were like, oh, we might as well like break from our room and like walk around a bit more to scare people. And so we did, and we go into this room where there was this nun animatronic that would come out and like hiss, and like her hands would just kind of claw. And so she starts feeling really weird. She like gets really anxious and then claims to start seeing smoke. And I did not see any smoke. I wasn't feeling anxious. There wasn't any smoke there. I looked around, like, it was relatively well lit. There was no smoke. And she keeps freaking about this smoke. It's like, we gotta go back. So we do. And, basically, we head back to our room, and the things are normal from there. And then we hear something really weird that night where, like, our break room was really strange. It was like you'd come up the stairs, and there was our room here where you'd get your costumes and all that. There's
Yeah,
whatever other room. And then there was a hallway, which was barricaded, but they kept the lights on. There was like these 2 rooms with the doors, one door open, one door locked, which was barricaded by a few chairs. And it was completely, there was just a bunch of like rubble covering it. And they insisted that we didn't go back there. And so we talked to these people. We were like, do you know why it's barricaded? And they're like, oh, it's because of the spirit, like another one of the employees. And we were like, what? And they're like, yeah, like there's like a what's it called, top hat sort of looking entity that resides here. And we were like, what are you talking about? And they were like, some people who work here have claimed to see like smoke and get lots of anxiety whenever the spirit is within their presence. And we were like, you're fucking joking. And they were like, what? No. And we were like, I don't know. I was like, she experienced that earlier today. And they were basically like we hadn't told them about this prior. It just happened to happen on the same day. And that's been just like on my mind. I'm like, what was that?
See, like when you say that, I always feel like people who say that kind of like I always feel like I'm always trying to find the scam that could be happening to me, you know what I mean? Like
I've tried to like think about it, but like why did this person's description of the spirit line up exactly to something that we hadn't even told them about?
You don't think that this person heard the legend at some point, at least subconsciously, and then when it happened, like that's how she visualized her?
Oh no, she started working there like a week prior. She didn't know anything about it.
That's wild.
I like did a video on this place. I researched it. I loved this place. I've been going for years. She was a complete newcomer to it. So I don't know. I like to think that there is something after death. I wouldn't want to reside as a spirit. I think that'd be kind of depressing.
It'd be boring as fuck.
It would be, yeah. Especially if you can't interact with the physical world. You're just kind of floating around and waiting for Luigi,
you know
I guess.
What I always think ghosts are like? This is my thing. I think that the world is like kind of mirrored in a way. Like it's so ghosts reside in a different plane of existence as humans do, and sometimes our interactions can be detected by each other.
Oh, that's
so sometimes I like to think that we're the ghosts for the ghost, and
right.
they're humans in their world, and like anything weird that happens is just some carryover from us. That's kind of the way that I always try to like think of it in like a different way of that. Like I'm like maybe that might be the coolest way to explain it, because in my head I'm always like multiverses, string theories, and shit.
Yeah,
that's like cool in fantasy, but do you have like a shred of you that thinks that is feasible?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, it's more feasible than like fucking poltergeist and shit.
Okay,
like,
listen, this isn't the
kitchens.
comparison. I'm just asking. Like,
no,
when you see the ghost
honestly,
hunting, there's no part of you that believes it.
I can't sit there and believe any of that. Like, it's such a parascience that I just cannot ever, because nobody, like, there's no consistency to some of these rules, you know what I mean? Like, it often feels like the people that hunt ghosts create these, like, why is it that a ghost is only locked down to that fucking one house?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
So, I have a hypothetical question. They're worthless, they're useless, they're stupid, but here's one. If you were a ghost and you were a real, you could interact with the physical world occasionally, what would you do? What's the first thing you would do if you died and you became a ghost and you're like, oh shit, I'm in like your local town or whatever, or you're in your own house and someone else moves in? What's the first thing you're doing? What's the first? Fuck, what are you doing though? What exactly are you gonna do?
Well, do I know the people, or is it just a random? Like, can I visit people that I know, or am I just trapped in this location?
Let's say you're in your house, and someone new moves in you've never met.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I feel like I would try to make my presence known in some sort of way. Not in a way to like scare them out, but to just kind of be like, hey, I'm here. So like, let's say if it's like my room, I would like make something fall over and spell something out in their Cheerios. I don't know, or their alphabets.
What about you, Muda?
How much are my powers? Can you like see me? Can I physically manifest myself?
Really anything you wanted to do.
I would probably wait until they're alone late at night and like while they're watching TV. Like just know while they're watching TV in the evening, right?
Where's this going?
It could go sexual if they want it. I mean, I don't really fucking
Only
care.
if they want to, though. It's up to them.
Just because I'm a
gone sexual.
Just because I'm a ghost doesn't mean I don't obey consent. I'm not.
Shit.
I might be a YouTuber,
No, it's
but
still
I'm not that much of a creator.
It's still you. It's still some ordinary gamers as a ghost.
This isn't I show speed over here. No one's gonna stop us, but it doesn't matter.
I would just manifest in front of them with 2 beers in my hand. I'm like, listen, at some point we gotta get to know each other.
Yeah,
like
that's
at
fair.
some point
That's pretty funny.
We
Manifest.
gotta fucking because I would show up like I'd kind of like I'd walk in. I wouldn't like just immediately spawn in front of them. That might give them a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'd like come from together like knock knock. I got 2 Coronas. Let's get to know. And
I like that chilling with the person. That's actually because then you get a buddy too. You're not as lonely.
Because if they freak out, then I'll be like, hold on. Before you think I'm breaking in, give me your hand. And then I'll, like, phase it through my body. I'm like, don't freak out.
Right.
See, that's a ghost right there. That's some Danny Phantom shit. Now we can have that beer.
I like that.
you,
Let me get
Nux?
this straight. If you were a ghost, the power you would choose is visibility.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, like,
Dude, that is funny as fuck.
Well, like, I would just be
Oh
like,
my God.
I would introduce myself. Listen, I'm dead, but like, here's a cool party trick. Invite your girl over, and I'm gonna fucking fucking levitate shit around you, and then we'll say it's psychokinesis, and
I
she'll
thought you were
fucking
gonna
fall
say
in
you
love with
levitate her boobs around. That's the motion you were going
no,
for.
no, literally, like, it's like if I had a dude over there, like, because I would think it'd be a funny TV show, right? Like, you
Yeah.
get like incel Andy moving into the house, right? And I'm like, listen, you want to you don't got the muscles, you don't got the money, you don't got anything, but what you do have is telekinesis, and he doesn't get it, but I'm like, I'm a ghost, okay? I can like lift shit around, and you can play off of me. I'll help you out as long as you choose to live in this house.
Is it the
and
story
no
of trying to
other
get
loser has
Incel
to
Andy
move in.
laid, basically, with the ghost? So you're Incel Andy's wingman.
Well, yeah, like I want to be his wingman. I want to
Yeah.
be his buddy. I don't want any random nobody to move.
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
sick and tired of people moving in. I'm a ghost from like the 1600s, dude. Okay, I'm getting sick and tired of working with new people. I want one consistent dude, and
Right,
that's
right.
just how my story is. If I was a ghost, that's the thing about ghosts that wowed me. It's like they all have to be evil. Why can't you just have like because human beings are different types of characters. Why
Yeah.
can't ghosts be? Why can't you have like a normal ghost? Why can't you have like a guy that just wants
Yeah.
to crack a beer or something?
I mean, it's because those who would be ghosts are those who don't move on into the afterlife because there's something that they have to account for in their life. Like they're kind of damned to their old reality. Like they have unfinished business essentially on Earth. That's the official
that's
reason
like
as to
the
why
folklore
ghosts would.
of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
Yeah.
So using
What about
that
you, Nuts?
logic,
what I would do is I would make like good friends with one
Yeah.
of the people in the house, like the angsty teenager,
The child?
the angsty.
Okay.
That's who I would become friends with, and we'd like chill. But like anytime he would try to convince anyone that I'm real, I would not show myself. I would just disappear.
I would.
that is brutal.
So I would be
That's
like
so
just, like,
mean.
his best friend,
I would just
and
go-
I would like tweet from his account and stuff, and
I like
all
that,
that
yeah.
fun stuff. Just mess with his social media, and he'll know I'm there, and I'll always be following him around. But no one else will believe him that I'm real. I'll go to all of his therapy.
Oh my god.
I would do all the things that would currently get me canceled.
Yo,
I would just go down the list.
Okay. Such
So,
as
as a ghost.
Go ahead.
Oh, I can't say any of it, obviously, but it's all hypothetical.
Dude, if
Sure,
I was
sure.
a ghost and you were investigating me, like I would kill for
Yeah.
like BuzzFeed Mysteries to be investigating me.
Oh my
Because
God, dude, I'd be the
every
funniest
time they
ghost
whip
ever.
the parabolics out, I'm dropping the hardest slurs of 2023, bro.
That would be funny.
like I could just imagine if like all four of us are ghosts in a room
Yeah.
and these guys walking with a parabolic. I'm like, hold on, guys, I got this. Drop the slur. I'm like, watch them try to fucking air that on
Yeah,
the internet,
yeah.
dude.
Right,
That's how you know ghosts aren't real, dude.
They don't do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
You have superpowers after death. Use them, dude. Come on.
That's how you know ghosts aren't real, because you don't ever hear any shit like that. You don't ever hear there's no racism or just like bigotry.
That's true. They're
Yeah,
just
like
kind
literally all
of.
the ghosts are
Yeah,
friendly
they're just
with
good
each
people.
other.
What?
all right. So
They
just
just
good
want to
people.
hurt you, or
here's
they
the
just
question.
yeah.
though.
yeah.
So like Muda, Caleb, you don't believe in ghosts. Raymundo, you're like on the fence. Is there anything like in the paranormal world that you do believe exists?
Bigfoot. Just kidding.
Hell yeah.
Is that paranormal though? Because I believe in Bigfoot. I do.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
still
it's a
paranormal though, because
cryptid.
it's not proven, right?
Yeah, I believe in like any of the weird. I believe in Loch Ness monster, all that shit, because the world's so fucking big, you know.
Yeah, I believe in
Like,
a lot of
who knows?
cryptids too. I mean, I have like a definitely. I'm a bit of a prepper. I can show off some of my gear here. Oh, this has no batteries in it. It should. If it was the apocalypse, I'd need batteries. But I got some good stuff. I got a respirator here. It's like a mix. There's in this pile here. It's kind of a crackhead shelf, but we got bionicle and survival gear, right? We got goggles. We got a respirator, a grappling hook. Under here's a tactical shovel. There's some binoculars in there. Solar charging
Tactical
thing.
shovel.
Is that like your fucking B&E kit or
Oh,
something?
that's only the starter. That's only the starter. You got a life tent over here.
Dude, when Muda's ghost
hold on.
hunting, Raymundo's
I got
gonna
more
be
stuff.
the guy jumping out of the attic.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in the combat with these ghosts. I have a stake that I made in case any vampires attack.
Whoa! That's
In case the
hardcore.
vampires attack.
Let's
Look.
go.
Oh Jesus!
See? I definitely attract some vampiric women into my life, so in case one's actually one, then I can just,
Makes sense.
protect
Yeah,
myself.
see, that's the thing. Like, what would you do if you met this girl? She was really nice. She was perfect. but she just has a vampire thing to her. Like she gets up in the middle of the night and drinks blood and
I'd
kills
let her bite
people.
me.
Yeah.
You'd let
Yeah,
her
but you
like.
And then I'd become a vampire.
Okay,
Yeah, but
but
you, no hell, I ain't catching no vampire. STD.
Well, so that's the
I'm
thing.
getting that shit.
If you
Like,
are
dude,
a
you go out
vampire,
during
you're
the
day
damned.
anyway.
You can't go to heaven because like that means that you're damned to hell, but you live eternally. You know what I'm saying?
So,
I mean, then
Sounds
you have an
awesome.
eternity of. Well, actually, no, that's fair because you
invite
would
all
have
my
an
friends
awesome
and
life.
family.
That's true. They would live. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Would you get your blood? Because you know the purest blood is that of the innocent babies, nuns, cheerleaders, whatever.
Cheerleaders.
Yeah, apparently that's. Yeah, it doesn't really
What?
make sense anymore.
I've never met an innocent cheerleader in my
Yeah.
life.
That's at least that's Dracula's excuse. He's like, bring me cheerleaders because they're innocent. Yeah, give me more power.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the only reason,
Yeah,
right?
the only reason. The only
Modern-day
reason. So that's why he
vampires
wants to
going
drink
after
virgin blood so
e-girls
bad.
for
It's
their
because they're innocent. Yeah. But yeah, so like, would you be like an ethical vampire and just drink the blood of like evil people or like animals, or would you? I mean, you'd want to.
I don't think
have
that vampires
good
can drink
blood.
animal blood. That's cheating. Like
I guess
the
it would
whole
be.
dilemma is the fact that they have to feed on humanity. That's
Yeah.
the whole their creed.
If I was a vampire,
Peter-
it'd be like a vampire bounty hunter kind of. Like, I definitely
Yeah.
like.
Alucard
You know,
from Hellsing.
kill bad people and then feed off of them. I know it tastes gross, but at least I'm alive. Because I wouldn't
I'd
want to
work
kill
at
innocent people.
Dude, I'd work at a retirement home. You fucking done. Okay, like I don't have to worry about no bounty hunting.
Yeah, but that shit would be
I look-
rotten. That's like eating food that's been out for 80 years. You know what I'm
Damn.
It's
saying?
like
my God.
mutton, yeah.
The dude is
Mutton.
literally about to die
Yeah.
in like a week.
Yeah,
Might as well
exactly.
just feed and be
Well, his
done.
blood's gonna be
Dude,
disgusting.
Muna, you'd love the,
I'd start sucking in if I was a vampire.
the
Dude,
MAID
I would
program
develop a
in
guilt
Canada.
bed.
Did you hear about the MAID program? The Canadian
Oh, the
MAID
fucking
program.
assistance in dying. Yeah.
Yeah. You just
Yeah,
I'd be a
just
good
want
vampire.
maid nurse.
yeah.
Yeah, like if that was the case, retirement home every day, like just work, or like a fucking or like a prison, like a death row prison. I'm like, you're gonna die anyways. Might as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
that's fair. At least keep me
like-
alive.
Men's prison or women's prison, Muda?
Ooh.
Well, I don't really see sex that way. Whichever one has a higher gen pop.
Gin pop. Whichever one needs the most
It
thinning.
would be the men. It would be the men.
Yeah,
for
probably
sure.
the men
Yeah.
easily.
definitely.
So I got a
like-
knife, and it has a little spark thing in it.
Oh hell yeah!
Ferro rod.
Dude's got like a survival knife going on,
Yeah.
Metal Gear style.
How cool is that?
That's pretty sick.
I feel like
but-
I'm
My
young
brother
Kennedy.
would love your room.
My gears. It's an absolute like insanity den.
when I walked into
I got an
Caleb's
axe,
house, I was like,
too.
"This shit is a fucking armory, bro." I don't even know.
Yeah.
How
Well,
you
because I live in Brooklyn, so you can't have any guns. I gotta make up for what I can. It's like everything that isn't a firearm and isn't an illegal knife, I will have,
Wait,
and
hold
I will
up. You
protect
can have
myself
guns
with
in
it.
Brooklyn. You just have to license.
There's just, you know, there's a lot of loopholes to jump through. Like you can obviously, but it's like really hard to. And I'm
Where's your
19,
where's-
so it would
yeah,
be.
where's
that
your-
would be really tough. Yeah.
Where's your
Yeah.
bedroom holster? That's what you need, bro.
Bedroom-
Why
I have
do you
I have
live in
a
Brooklyn?
K-bar knife that's under a bed right next to mine, just in case. It's like at grabbing distance, in case I need to. And it's like, it looks like a mini katana. It's like this long, the knife. It's full tang. It's got like a sharpened edge to it. It's beautiful. Combat knife. Ooh,
I think these are illegal in New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
those
they
are.
absolutely are.
Switchblades
Yeah.
are illegal in New York.
They're-
So
they're very
I lived
illegal.
in New York for a bit. Why would anyone live in Brooklyn? I lived in
because it's the
Brooklyn for a
best.
couple years.
Brooklyn's
It's
awesome.
not.
Ooh, look at that. Is that airsoft or is that real?
That's real.
That's a real
yeah,
steel
that's
bullet. Yeah. I said that before the casing popped out. That's incredible.
I know that pistol because that was literally on your bedside. I picked it up. I'm like, dude, you don't even have the magazine in this right now. What the?
I got a cool
Dude, that-
one.
I picked up his handgun from your bed, like his bedside, and I'm like, I'm pushing the mag release like a dumbass. I'm like, this doesn't even have a mag in it. What are you doing?
This is the closest thing I get. It's a little airsoft pistol, but it's cool. It's got
That's cool. It's like a Ruger Mark 7
yeah,
or a
exactly.
Mark 6.
It looks like a little like Han Solo blaster. So
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cute. Whenever there's like one airsoft place here, one I think it's in like Buffalo or upstate.
One of my buddies, apparently, to keep it legal, he has like an airsoft gun in his house where he freezes like the bullets or something. Like he puts it in the freezer, and they're like supposed to be really, really fucking hard. And that's so I'm like,
Interesting.
I'm like, dude, I'm like,
Okay.
all I do, like they're actually bigger. They're not your BB rounds. They're like slightly bigger. They almost look like fucking small marbles. And I was just like, listen, man, I just have a standard 1911, dude. Like, if somebody busts in,
just
it
actually,
is what it is,
yeah.
my man. Like, can
No, with an
dump them the
airsoft,
right
you would
way.
not. I mean, maybe if you get a good shot with their eyes, but the thing's just going to
They do
mightily
make
inconvenience them.
they make those personal defense weapons. It's like shoots a ball bearing basically.
Yes,
it,
I've
has
seen
like
those.
a CO2 cartridge. Yeah, I have one of those.
I
They're
went to
pretty
this
cool.
amazing shop when I was in. I went to San Francisco with the group of YouTubers I was with at VidCon. It was this. They call it just a schizophrenic store. I thought it was amazing. It was they were very strict. No recording, no pictures, no cameras in the store. And it was like surveillance gear, weaponry, knives, airsoft. But they had those guns. They had it was like some army surplus gear allegedly. They had like gas masks and canisters and also a bunch of just like action figures and stuff. It was really
That's
weird.
wild.
It was really weird. But I love that place. And of course I don't have any pictures because I didn't want to get like kicked out and yelled at by the owner. But the place was fucking insane. And they had those things. There's like little colorful marbles that you shoot out. It's
I mean,
interesting.
it's like he like freezes them like in the really cold. So when they hit, they fucking really hurt.
Right. Yeah.
So you can defend yourself with that. Like,
Sure.
like a bullet will f you up, but I would say like even less than lethal will still f you up.
Yeah.
Like especially if you have like cayenne cartridges or something,
God,
like literally
yeah.
like pepper
No,
balls.
that would
like
be
they
insane.
will. Like I think it's funny because like pepper guns are like actually like really legal here. Like pepper mace, like any spray like that, because that shit like hurts for a couple days almost. Like it'll irritate your skin. Like it'll hurt like a. But then
Was it a total pain in the ass to get a gun in Canada?
no, you just have to go through like a fucking customs you have to go through a security and training course.
Don't
Basically-
you have to be part of a
What,
gun club?
10 classes?
Here,
Yeah.
you do have to now because they put freezes on a lot of guns, but
Okay.
you know, like handguns, there's still a handgun freeze, so you can't like fucking buy anything new or anything worth it anymore.
That sucks.
It does, and you also have to give up some of your like guns because of the buyback. Like they had ever since like the AR-15 scare, you have to give back the AR-15, even though everyone in Canada thinks it's really stupid because you can buy the same chambered gun in just
Yeah.
a different brand anyways. So it's like, what does
Yeah,
it
like a
fucking
Ruger
matter?
Mini 14 or something like that. It's just
Exactly.
an AR-15, but it's
Yeah.
smaller.
Like-
the yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks, but well.
I mean, it is what it is. Like once I
Yeah.
moved down to the States, like
Oh, well.
in the sanctuary state of Texas, it's like, no, I want to get the 50 BMGs. I want to fucking have my house
Dude,
like
There you go. You
ready
I've
can
got,
do a collab there, just like classic gun tuber stuff.
I've got in 6 in jail right now that I will let you play with when you arrive to the great state of Texas, Muda.
Dude,
You know the honey badger?
yeah.
The integrally suppressed, the true one. I've got one of those.
I've
waiting
seen
for
it.
me.
Yeah, I've seen the honey badger. You showed it on the show at one point too. It's like the almost like what is it? The fucking beige like brown. Mm-hmm. I fucking dude. Anytime like guns for me. I just wish they weren't so highly illegal in this country. Like
I
highly
love
regulated.
guns. They're fun.
They're
They're just fun.
They're so
Dude,
fun.
and
just fun.
the thing with guns too is it's like I love guns, but nothing pisses me off more than when I go on like social media and see somebody fucking use them like toys.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
last
god,
night-
dude!
Last night,
It's like triggering, genuinely.
last night I got
good
so
one.
like I actually it is. I got so like triggered, no joke, like actually really mad because there was this one like TikTok. I don't know how old it is,
Is
but
that
there's
the one
like
with
these
the girl
two.
in the Uber or something?
Yeah, it was like this girl in the lift. She's in Miami, and she's pointing out like her Glock. I guess the best way to say it is like kind of this. Yeah, it's like
Oh, it's just
like
right there.
she's like pointing it out like this, like behind like the driver's right there in front of her.
Oh
and
my
she's got
God.
the gun like this, and she's pointing it, but her finger's like this.
I saw that. Yeah.
What?
Now,
Have you seen the
that's
video of the
kind of
girl
shit
who's
that
like
triggers me.
flexing her gun and then shoots her phone?
Yeah. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of
I
videos.
just heard
There's
this
one of the
story.
Chinese guy.
Indies.
I love that one.
The other day, someone on my stream showed me this whole story about there was this e-girl cosplayer on TikTok that was like hanging out with a bunch
Dude,
of
I
friends.
saw this.
And like
saw
they had
this.
she had her boyfriend's gun in the house that, don't worry, it's not loaded. Like the magazine wasn't in it, but there was a bullet in the chamber. And she actually accidentally shot her friend in the head and killed her.
Oh my god, that's
Like
insane.
another TikToker. And then she like took a 2-week break for mental health and then came back to just making dancing TikToks
Yeah.
before
Really?
getting arrested.
Oh my
Insane.
god.
It's genuinely
manslaughter.
like fucking Like to me, when I see shit like that, it's just whenever people say like guns are a right, and I'm like, I don't really think like they should be the right that you think of. Like, not every you have to kind of prove yourself to own something that can like literally. It's like
kill someone in a second, yeah.
Well, with cars, right? Like when I go and buy a car, it's like I gotta show you my driver's license and I gotta show you insurance. I gotta show you a bunch of paperwork before you let me leave with a multi-ton death machine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it pisses me off, like when I drive my car and like every day when I'm on the road, there will be somebody that like pulls up next to my car and like rips it down, right? On like a populated highway. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking like. It's usually like somebody that's 18, like really young.
Right.
They just got access to their car, and I'm like, dude, you don't know how to drive your car. Like the scariest shit that I had was 2 months ago, and I think I mentioned this on the podcast. I was coming home, and there's this exit, like the off ramp for my when I have to get off the highway. This one kid in some Honda like Civic or an Accord, whatever the hell it is, rips right past me, and at his speed, he's entering the on ramp. But when you're making a turn at that speed, the car goes out of like in control, and he goes into the ditch. Bruh. He goes into the ditch a little bit, maneuvers, and gets himself back up. And like he stops the car. His tire's like fucking torn up, like it's gone. And I pull my car over. I'm knocking on the window. I'm like, "Are you okay? Like, is everything fine?" And he's like breathing really hard. It's like, I never hurt anybody, right? I'm like, okay, yes, you didn't kill anybody. You didn't kill yourself. But next time, don't be a fucking jackass on the road with your motor vehicle, okay? Like, it doesn't matter if you're driving a fucking Humvee or a fucking Civic. You could literally kill somebody. I mean, there was like a panhandler at the end of the on-ramp. I'm like, imagine if you swerved that way, you could have killed that guy. I'm like I had to be the adult in that situation. Same with like a gun, right? Like I've been at the scariest thing was when I was at a gun range. And when you're at a gun range, right? Like you literally shoot directly in front of you. There's no fucking, you don't shoot in a distance.
Yeah.
I had somebody who's
straight
like
down.
I had somebody who had their gun tilted 45 degrees left, right? Like kind of upwards. And I had to like go there. I had to like grab the fucking like handgun like from the front. I'm like, relax. Point straight, okay? Like, don't be a fuck... Because you're sitting there and you're explaining, like, really basic concepts to people, right? I'm like, bullets ricochet, like, you could fucking seriously hurt people. I'm like, I love guns, I love cars, but these are, like, the two things where I'm just like, dude, you need to have some fucking checks and balances on the dumbasses that buy that shit.
Yeah. Have you ever been to one of those, like, video game shooting ranges?
No.
Oh, man. So much fun. My family lives in Florida, so, guns. And there's this one place called Nexus. There's a range where you shoot freaking zombies. It's like projected and it senses wherever you hit. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And it's like, it's a little too fun. These are actual guns and it makes it feel like you're playing the House of the Dead. But yeah, if you ever do it, or find something like that, I'd highly recommend it. Dude, you are just gonna waste a lot of ammo though.
I wish we could engineer fake zombies, like fake zombies and shit, and like have an island where we could fly to the island and just have like mock zombie battles.
Yes,
at an
that's
island.
like my fucking dream.
Kill for that
oh
shit,
my
dude.
God, I love zombie games so much.
I wish we could have a Jurassic Park.
Yes. Oh my God, are you serious? That would be insane.
Isla Nublar, but with zombies.
Yes.
You're a genius.
I just love that, like the last line of the Jurassic Park movie is just because we could do it. We didn't stop to think
Dude,
if we should do it.
If I was like one of the biggest billionaires in the world, you bet your ass I would make zombie Jurassic Park. What the?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so much fun.
I would recreate all the classic Call of Duty zombie maps and just be like, we have infinite
my God,
zombies.
That would be so cool.
You last for an hour and survive against them.
Then you bring it that's a whole moral debate, but honestly, it sounds incredible.
Oh no! Listen, I'm like a multi-billionaire. I have no morals and ethics right now.
No, you don't. You're right. It's like you're creating life just for it to be killed. That's all good. It's fun. It's fun. It's for fun.
100%.
Like, why would you make Squid Game if you could make this? Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it wouldn't even be that hard. If you had a couple $1 billion laying around, you could make some little robot zombies, right? And you shoot them and they just deactivate.
That, honestly, that's like the most likely, just like animatronic zombies. And I guess maybe keep it to fake weaponry, but...
You could use sim rounds. They're like these little, like chalk, basically. You shoot like these little chalk things, so they still have like a trajectory of a
for training,
normal bullet.
Right?
Yeah, they're like red and blue,
That could be, there you go, just whatever feels the input.
Military simulations,
If you could have knife combat with your zombies... I'd
Dude,
imagine.
listen, and I want it to be like where it goes good for a couple years, and then the zombies get like sentient AI and shit,
Uh-oh.
and like
Yeah.
then they
Yeah,
then
dude.
they fucking take over the whole island.
Oh my
There
I
you
want
go.
shit like
Dude
that,
just launched
dude.
You're a
Westworld
genius.
in real life.
You're a genius, Muda.
Listen, wait,
gotta
is this
do
a
it.
show? Is this an actual TV show?
Is this
You
a
guys
thing?
said
Westworld?
it.
Yeah, Westworld.
Yeah.
You never seen Westworld?
No.
It's what you're describing.
You are describing Westworld.
Yeah,
And it's also
Zombies,
like
like
these
5 years old, 6 years
incredibly
old.
realistic robots that are like real
Yeah.
people, and it's
It's basically you just go there and you live out your fantasy of Red Dead Redemption. Basically, you can do whatever you
could
want.
be
You
a
can
good
kill
guy,
anyone you
can
want.
Be a bad guy.
Yeah.
You could
Oh, that's interesting.
commit the
Yeah.
most heinous stuff, and eventually they do gain sentience at the end of like the first season. So
Yes, sir.
you literally described the entire show.
Massive spoiler, by the way. Massive spoiler.
Yeah, but it's
See, I
not,
wasn't even
but-
thinking
ruined
of
the first
robots at
season.
first. I was thinking of like
In my
genetically
defense-
engineering real.
Yeah, he was thinking
biological
of
zombies,
organic creatures
in
that
my
are.
in my defense, season 2 was so hot garbage. I don't suggest watching.
It was terrible. It's not worth watching.
I only spoil bad shows.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the season 2, I watched like the first 3 episodes and then just did something else. I think I got bored. But yeah, that's pretty funny though. That's pretty funny. It's
So
pretty
I
fucking
gotta
funny.
watch Westworld now. Is it as good as the boys?
No.
No,
Okay, yeah, well.
the second season is
But
trash.
Game
First
of
season's great.
Thrones is as good as the boys. Are we getting
Dude,
you
okay,
on that
I'm a-
ship now?
Am I gonna watch Game of Thrones in a month and fucking jerk it off for you guys, dude?
It's
I
8
hope
seasons
so.
long.
Watch the first
I-
6,
dude.
and then wait for the books.
If you watch the first 3 seasons, you
seasons.
will watch. If you watch the first, well, if you make it through season 1 and 2, you will watch the whole show.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Season 3 has probably one of my
Dude.
favorite episodes of all time.
It's fucked up.
Dude, okay, you guys kind of hyping it up now.
We're ruining
Yeah.
we're ruining this
Like
man's
it-
marriage.
It hurts your
another week.
body and mind watching season. If we're talking about the same episode, I assume.
Oh yeah,
right,
yeah,
Nux?
yeah.
Yeah. That is a
The rain.
Okay, alright, I'm watching it now. Fuck. Okay,
It's-
it's like I've already done the boys. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna commit to
Yeah.
it, man. I
It's a good show.
Dude, how many episodes a season is it? Like 10?
I don't remember.
I
Yeah,
think
like 10 or 11, something like that.
I think like 10 to 12. Yeah, I think the final season's less than 10.
The final
but-
season's like 6 episodes, but the other ones are like 10, 11, I think.
Dude.
What's that? What you drinking there? What is it? Lemonade?
I've got a sparkling lemonade from. Is this Trader Joe's? No, Saranac. Delicious. It's genius. Lemonade.
You know,
so
I,
hungry.
You know what
Carbonated.
drink I love on this show, but nobody else does?
Which
Corona.
one?
RC Cola, dude.
Dude, I love RC Cola. What are you talking
Never
about?
had any.
Fuck with you.
Royal Crown? Are you kidding me?
RC Cola's just
RC Cola and a moon
Coke.
pie?
RC Cola.
It is bad though. It is bad now. It is bad.
Yeah, yeah, now.
I used to do the bit. How I used to like RC Cola and moon pies, but I have not had an RC Cola that tasted good in years. They
Me neither.
are all flat
In
and they're all
27
rotten.
years.
How the hell can you say I'm the
Rotten.
only person that likes Coronas? That's like the best beer in the world.
Debatable.
Debatable.
Okay, what is the best beer in the world then?
I don't know. I mean, you can look up what's the best beer in the world and probably
Yeah.
find that.
What are your thoughts? Are you a Guinness fan or are you anti-Guinness? I know that's a kind of a controversial one.
I don't love Guinness. I think that as far as like the generic beers that you have
Oh, it says
everywhere.
the best beer is Corona. Go
No,
on.
it doesn't.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
that's.
100%.
Let me.
I am not believing that for a second.
Bro, it literally says best beer, Corona. No questions asked, dude.
On Corona.com.
100%.
Corona.com.
Yeah, top.
A study
top
paid
beer,
for by Corona.
top
Nah,
beer-
this says right here, what's the best quality beer? Corona is all the way at the bottom, man.
Damn.
Oh, well, see, that's.
Oh,
that-
I mean,
they're-
it's still
they're
best.
They're just doing it based on alphabetical.
As far as like
Those are
the
also, like,
generic
light
beers,
beers.
as far as the generic beers
Yeah.
that show up everywhere, I think Stella's my favorite.
Stella's
I
good.
think
yeah.
Corona's like it's up there.
Corona reminds me of vomit. I don't know why, but I think so many people that I know that drank Corona have just vomited near me, so I just associate
That's
Corona
fair.
with vomit.
Yeah.
I like Red
that's
Stripe.
Not fair.
I don't drink beer. I've tasted Red Stripe. I've never drank an entire beer in my entire life.
Damn.
Red Stripe is pretty good. I like a lot of craft beers. I like really strong,
Yeah.
flavorful stuff.
Are you generally
I don't
a sober man or just not a beer person?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I only drink when I'm with
Aside from
friends,
crack.
but
Yeah,
crack?
I don't get drunk.
You,
but
Hunter Biden, and the former
I
Mayor Toronto?
appreciate a good drink now and again with the homies.
You see, I'm
with
one of
the
those
homies.
guys where like I never have done like the level of drugs that some people have. Like in my entire life, if I had to like tell on myself, I'd maybe done one line of cocaine, and I was like, oh, it's not for me, you know. It's just not like I did. I'm like, I don't really get what's so cool about this
Did you
one.
pump
I'm
out
done.
any videos on it, or did it not really give you that artistic effect?
I don't know if it gives you the artistic effect as it allows you to record like 8 videos in one fucking day.
Yeah.
But you know, marijuana, I'm always the one that like smokes it. I'm like, I don't really see what the changes.
yeah.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
The moment like heroin and shit, I'm like, look, anything that requires me to use like a fucking tourniquet and a needle, keep that one to yourself.
Yeah, I'm
Chief.
good, brother.
That's
That actually just ruins
Yeah.
your brain too. It's not worth
yeah,
it.
like there's like there was one drug like that I was given at a party. I think it was like acid or whatever. You put it on your tongue.
Yeah, the tablet.
And the thing is, it's like I'm like, how long does this last for? And they're like, yeah, it's like 8 hours. I'm like, nah, that
Yeah,
dude. I don't need
no
some.
way.
I don't need to be gone for 8 hours, especially here in this shithole. Hell no, thank you very much. Like a beer now and then. I'm like, the last time I can honestly say that I ever had like a ton of beer was or like any alcohol was like back like this is like college. Like crack and rum, did a whole handle of it. Never fucking again will I drink that much in my life. That was the one time where I woke up and I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking monster. No hangover, no nothing.
Really?
Little did I know I was already drunk even after I woke up.
Oh wow. Okay, so it hit you later.
Dude, I always thought that fucking logic would dictate like the rules of like the law or life. After you wake up, all drunkenness ends. No. I was at breakfast, the hangover kicked in, and man, it hit like a
that
fucking
sucks.
truck. It hit like, and I feel so bad. Like the entire day, I was like, "Can you just stop talking to me? Okay, it hurts. Everything hurts right now. My brain feels non-existent."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that
That's
was about it.
unfortunate.
Well, and that's the thing why I like drugs for me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't really feel that the high is needed. Like, I can enjoy my life without a good high. You know?
Yeah.
Like, people who are like, I need to do like fucking crazy amounts of acid, LSD. I'm like, sure. I'm like, no. I don't.
They got
need
some
this.
problems that they need sorting out. That's what they're telling you right there.
Like shrooms, I did like once because of a buddy's like wedding. Like, he gave me a bunch of them, and it literally just felt like I was looking through a kaleidoscope for 2 hours.
Interesting.
And then, like, eventually it just stopped. Like, things kind of... Anything that f***s with my head so much where I'm questioning reality, it's not there.
I don't
Like, a
want to eat
beer
something
is
that comes
fine.
from cow shit in the first place, if I'm being honest. Because you know that's
what?
what mushrooms are from.
Psilocybin.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I'm boring. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't need to know that.
Same, bro. Me and you are the same, Nux.
Yeah, I'm boring.
We can embrace in our vanilla, boring
us
lifestyles.
boring people. I've never
Okay,
done drugs.
okay. Well, next
Like,
time I'm in Texas, we'll just enjoy our crack rocks in peace. I guess.
There you go.
Caleb, right?
Your
Crack's
crack rocks and
pretty
your
low.
guns. It's perfect. That sounds
Crack
fantastic.
rock. What we do is we take a hit off the crack pipe,
Yeah.
and then we go shoot some NFA tax stamp weapons.
There you go.
Right?
Easy.
And we combine those two things into a great fun time, and then we get paid a visit from the ATF and the DEA.
And
you
then maybe
go.
the FBI if they want to jump in on this.
Yeah, and then maybe the
But, like,
FBI to
Maybe the ADF
undercover
too,
my
just in case, like, if
You know-
said
you know
something
what?
along the way.
exactly.
What
Yeah.
is your guys' ultimate YouTube video that you want to do before we end this off? Like your ultimate idea. Like this would be the last video.
Marrying my asshole.
You could do that shit right now. I'll join you, bro. Fuck it.
Live on the
Yeah,
podcast.
that'd be really funny.
That's a pretty simple video. Nux, what about you?
Yeah.
What's like the last video you could upload? The
Some
piece de
incredibly
resistance.
drama-inducing hit piece on somebody, and since it's my last video and I'm never gonna come back to the internet ever again after this, I will have no repercussions to any of it, and then we'll just get to see on the sidelines how it plays off.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. For me, it would be, there's one project that I am currently kind of working on, kind of, not really, it's like partially scripted, but I just have really big ambitions for it, and it's a full-on expose of current Elsagate stuff in that same playlist, like kitty stuff I was talking about. And basically it would be a enormous collab, maybe over like 15 different creators having a part in it. I've already got a couple on board who are, they just gonna say something about it and then be like, I stand against this. So it can really just kind of show the public and the audience how big of a problem it is, but how YouTubers are not for any of this. Like, the actual people who make content are against this and want it gone for a safer platform. That's going to happen at some point. It's just a very ambitious project that I have a huge backlog more so, just like stuff that I want to make. But another grand finale that I'd want to really just, if it was to end my channel, would be the Mars 2112 documentary off the restaurant that my whole persona is based off of.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be really cool, and it'd just be kind of like a final send off to everything that I'm passionate about, and then if that's it, then that's it. People get to have that. They get to remember me and the place, and then we're done. Hopefully, it was a fun ride along the way.
Even better, you just post like a 1.5-minute video. I'm going to confront this and this person today. If I don't come back, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, say you don't come back. That's funny. Yeah, that would be really funny.
If you don't hear back from me, I'm dead.
And then just
or I'm
radio
late.
silence for years.
Just forever. Yeah, I wonder do you guys think if you died, you'd get kind of a similar Technoblade response where people really keep your memory going on and dress up as you? You don't think you'd get any sort of honor?
I don't think any of us would.
No.
Yeah, definitely not me. I've got 100,000 subscribers, but at your scale, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the Technoblade stuff, I think that a lot of it is very like in good taste. Then I think a lot of it's very in bad taste. Like, I feel like it's such a view cash cow for people, and
I'd be so happy if the
so
day
sad.
I died, I could pay somebody's rent off. That would be like the greatest death in the world, man. Like I'd be staring up from like. I'd be staring up from hell. I'd be like, oh, okay, he's making good AdSense today.
Is that a
Fucking
Halo
hell.
chair?
Yeah, it's a 117 chair.
That is cool. That's cool.
You want to know the best part about his house? He has like.
He has a urinal in the middle of his living room, like on the floor.
30. Oh yeah. He
Wait,
has
what is
30
it?
copies of Halo Infinite sitting around.
30 copies. It's a fun game. I don't blame him.
I swear to God, if I ever do crack at his house, I'm separating the lines with the copies of Halo
That's
Infinite. that he
hilarious.
just
Yeah,
has.
there you go. You should invite the Axeman with you. I'm sure he'd love that.
Oh my, man! If it's anybody, dude, nobody is so mad about gaming than fucking Halo fans, bro. We're just in the ass.
I talked to him at the party. It was a lot of fun. He was wasted, but we talked about Halo games, and it was great. And then he told me to go get this very specific alcoholic beverage when I went to Disneyland. He didn't know I was 19, and I was just like, yeah, man, I'll do it, man, I'll do it. It was great. Nice guy.
Well, we've had a pretty banger episode. So
No,
we've
that's
talked about a lot
great.
of
It's
shit.
been really
It's been
entertaining.
a fun time. It's been great to talk to you, Raymond. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Yeah, no, if you guys, I would love to come back if you guys are in
we
need
would
of guests.
This was
love to
dope.
fucking. You
Absolutely.
know this episode. You know what, this episode has been chill. You know, like I just, right now the wildest episode in this entire like podcast hit me in the head right now. Like I've been kind of thinking of it for like the last 100 since Caleb was gone. You remember No Carrick on this show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro, that guy,
That guy
I
was
swear to
wild.
God, man, that guy was wild as shit, dude.
I love no character.
It's so
Dude,
funny.
dude.
We've had some real characters, dude. I still think that the S tier episode for by far the worst episode was Matan.
With Matan, dude.
Yeah, how many
That was,
episodes have you had so far?
Like in the 80s.
400.
I
300 or
can't
400,
count
wow.
past.
No, in the
I can't
80s.
count
he
that.
I made
was
that
the
up. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Nux,
Sorry.
Nux is the only one in here with like a valid education. Well, Caleb as
Gotcha.
well. I'm a filthy dropout, so you know don't f***ing listen to me.
I didn't even go to college. I mean, I still have time. I'm 19, but I'm not.
Yeah, take a gap year. You don't need to jump
Yeah.
into those.
I've been on my
terrible
gap. I'm about to do a
decisions.
second gap year.
no,
I feel like YouTube's just doing. It's such a good career path so far. I'm now a part of NanoZebra. I see the hat.
Hey.
Great organization. Great.
Yes,
Gotta love the
sir.
gamer from Mars. I don't know if he's listening, but he might be.
He left.
Oh, he left.
he
Okay,
left.
yeah.
No, but,
Still, major
dude,
respect.
You go up to
NanoZebra.
your parents and you're like, listen, I know I finished high school. You know,
He is listening. Oh my god.
This is my second
Was he
year.
listening?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Look at the chat.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's Slacker listening.
Oh,
he
it's
he was
okay.
talking about Gamer from Mars.
Yeah. So he says,
Yeah.
like, listen, Dad, I was thinking about this seriously. Investment banking in college, or talk about Brony on YouTube.
For sure.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's good. My grandpa's he's a business owner and he's a very successful one, and he
Hell yeah.
encourages my YouTube
Hey,
stuff, and he's like, yeah,
that
you
is
know
awesome. You need one of
Yeah.
those people in your life if you're doing this.
what? Yeah, exactly. You gotta have someone, and my mom encourages it too, but she's not like a business person. My grandpa is a very successful businessman, and he's like, you keep doing it, be smart, but he's like, this is a really, like, you're 19, you've already done this,
My
like, keep
grandpa's
at
a
it.
businessman. He's so a little backstory on him. He's a Holocaust survivor, and he lost
Oh, wow.
everything, like his whole family and everything that he had in there.
That's
so
awful.
He said, if you go to if something happens, you'll have nothing except for the knowledge and information you have.
Mm-hmm.
So go to medical school.
I mean,
That's like,
there you go.
You're gonna argue with this man.
But,
I didn't go to
instead
medical
you, I was gonna say, but instead you started reading hentai
Yeah.
instead.
I felt like it was a valid trade-off. You learn a lot about anatomy in both areas, you know. It's-
True.
you know what? Yeah.
So,
That's very true.
so
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed another episode of the Some Ordinary Podcast. As you got two amazing channels here, Nux, Taku, and Oompaville. You got an even more amazing channel with our friend here, Raymundo. You want to shout out any other socials beyond just YouTube?
Sure, yeah. If you guys want to see my face more, check out the Instagram, which is Raymundo_2112. I think I'm the same on Twitter, but I don't really use it.
Bro, you're going to throw out like the fucking Threads account too? Come
Oh,
on
the
now.
Threads account. We got the Scallywags band account on Instagram. That's _Scallywags NYC. If you guys want to see some pirate shit.
You gotta like also bring up the fact that you're having that concert soon.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you guys are in Brooklyn on August 11th, come check out Smells Like Halloween Spirit. No, that's not the show. 2000s night. That's the Halloween show's for Halloween.
Yeah, bro, you went
2000s
Spirit of
night.
Halloween almost. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's everywhere,
no,
bro.
that's
not just
what
in
I got
Brooklyn.
here. This is our old tapestry for the last show. We did a whole bunch of Halloweeny stuff and that out in the background. But yeah, Smells Like
Halloweeny.
2000s night. 2000s night. You'll see posters for it on the gram. So if you want to meet me and see some cool music, that's the place to go. But I think that's
fucking do
about
it.
it. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This has been really
Anytime,
cool.
man.
Yes, sir.
Hell
And
yeah.
if you all enjoyed what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. We are out.